We're live. Oh my goodness, I hate comm surrogates so much. I hate it so much. Random program on my PC that apparently does nothing except for eat up 25% of my CPU usage. Oh my goodness, at least it's dead now. I've buried it. It's gone, and we can actually do the stream properly this time. Hello, welcome. We're live, and we're going to be doing a the 5-hour Volkmar speedrun. Now today I don't have all the time to get it done, but I do have a solid 2 hours 30 minutes. And assuming I can actually keep up pace with what you see below with the new splits in my speedrun timer, I'm hoping that we're gonna be able to conquer all of Cathay by like the 2 hour something mark. That would be the best. Actually dropped now? Yeah, we're actually, everything's working now. We're good, Obese Chicken, happy to have you here. The support boss, hello. Andrew Moreland, hello. Jacob. Here we go. You just started YouTube and here we are. Hype. Good timing, good timing. I just fixed the 10-minute stream delay of good old technical issues. The war of Enticity and comm surrogate. An endless battle. Older than the Chaos Gods themselves. But here we go. Let's get this party started. So, like I said before, we were so rudely interrupted by everything falling apart. We now have a sub 8-minute Manfred kill. Seems impossible, considering the amount of issues that I've run into him before. But, Become a Monster, one of the wonderful viewers of the channel, has apparently figured out the pro strat to auto-resolve him to death. You actually don't have to play any manual battles, which is insane. Hello and happy birthday, Enticity, thank you. Actually, fun fact, guys. Actually, do I want you guys to know my birthday? Is that a bad thing? I feel like so many random things, so many random you know, companies and stuff, they ask for your birthday as like, you know, part of ID check. So maybe I don't tell you guys my exact birthday, but within the next you know, plus or minus 1 week, my birthday is actually very near. So I won't actually be streaming for a bit, as I will be celebrating with the fam. Very exciting. All right, sick. Let's get this party started. Never fight a manual, easy. Yeah, I think we are actually doing it's an only auto resolve run except for quest battles. You get double presents for Christmas/birthday. So so for my dad, his birthday actually is on Christmas. So for him, you know, he's the true like double birthday guy. Yeah, but in general, what you see more is just like a conglomeration. So it's like you generally get slightly marked up gifts, slightly more expensive usually, and then you get like, you know, the double deal where they're like, this is birthday and Christmas. In general, I think it's less worth it, but as an introvert, I'm happy that I have fewer holidays to merge together. Or I have fewer events to merge together, and I can just sit back, relax, play me some Volkmar speedruns, and enjoy my day that way. Alrighty. So I've tested this early stage of the run a few times, and it seems fairly consistent. There's a few things that could, you know, there's a few hiccups that we could run into here. I'm going to be allying with Cetra, the random Tomb Kings to the west of Cetra, Tic-Tac-Toe, and Teclis, and Oxyotl. It's gonna be pretty crazy. We're gonna have a very large alliance going for ourselves. And it's going to be a little bit tenuous, because these guys can end up declaring war on each other, which is obviously not exactly the best thing that could possibly happen in a Grand Alliance type situation, but it is simply a necessity. We just gotta, you know, we just gotta bring them together and hope for the best. Is essentially the plan, which is not exactly, you know, the most, not exactly, it doesn't lead to the safest thing ever, but if they actually do stick together, which I find is like maybe a 50% chance, maybe 60, then we're good. Then we are completely golden. Also, Student Glass, hello, late night Enticity stream. That's true, actually. We're streaming like 3 hours later than usual, because I was caught up with, of course, more family stuff. More family stuff that earlier today, so yeah, been good. It's been good. It's gonna be a little bit of a busy Christmas though. I hope I won't be sort of stuck, like, you know, partying 24/7. Ah, no, it's nice to see family, but I like I like my me time. I like just chilling here and just grinding out this speedrun. Something weird about me where I just really like the grind. Big Sarge, hello. You may have noticed we are dominating with this early start. Trying to get a yeah, I want a sub. Did the auto resolve get worse when this guy got close? Wait a second. Wait a second. What if I give this? I forgot I had to drop off the free company. So if this guy isn't nearby, this is the weird thing about auto resolve. It could sometimes be really jank. Let's see. I think it was straight up better when this army wasn't there to support. Is that actually true? Oh my gosh, it's actually true. We'll say what? Oh my gosh, auto resolve being like, yeah, you know, more units. That's too much, man. What are you doing, man? What are you doing with yourself? Yeah, all right. Well, there we go. Just a little bit of auto resolve manipulation to get the day started. Gonna slow down my Manfred kill a little bit today, but I might still be able to get a 7-minute, like 30-second Manfred kill if we're lucky. In fact, we might even, since if we can actually kill his settlement right away, I think that would be new record, new PB on the Manfred kill. Come on. I got 1 minute. Don't save on me now, game. Okay, Volkmar, come on, get in there. Now, he does have a random army over there, which I think sort of invalidates it. Yeah, that's a problem. So, the thing about the Manfred kill is that if he has an army sitting outside recruiting, it can go great. Because, you know, obviously you just attack that army instead of having to wait out the siege battle. In this case, unfortunately, his army moved out and away, which does make him a little bit harder to kill. But at this point, we're more or less done with him. Because he's sort of stuck in siege, he'll sally out, and then that'll be an easy W. So pretty nice. What's it? I think we're only at a... Oh, dang! He actually valiant defeats this? Oh my goodness. Is this already gonna be a fail state? Surely not. Surely Volkmar can just attack this army. If it is, I'm totally restarting if this doesn't work. There's a slim chance that Volkmar can just attack this army and we're good. You got scammed with the weaving house instead of the barracks. Hey, become a monster. Hello. So I've been experimenting with the run, and I think it's doable. Dang it. Valiant defeat. Oh, it's so close. It's so close. There's definitely some runs where you can make it work. Oh my goodness, that's a shame though. All right, we'll do a reset. We're early in the run. You have a bad feeling about Kairos as well. But yeah, become a monster. Your strategy is insane. You know, you like, I think you saved like 7 or 8 minutes every single run. Insanity. You need the barracks for more free company. So I find I don't need the barracks. I think I can get away without getting a barracks. I think there's actually a lot more lenience. What I feel like I need more is I need Manfred to I need him to get out of... Oh, geez. Accidentally cheated. We'll let that run for a little bit. Okay, there we go. So what I find is, I'm pretty sure... I don't know if the... I still want to experiment more, because I think you can make the strategy more consistent. But I find that sometimes, even if I don't get the barracks, I can still get by. Does Kairos have 100% ambush success? That might just be because of his teleportation ability, which I believe does have a really high ambush chance, if not 100. But yeah, his teleport thing's pretty crazy. Alright, 6. So, same strategy as before. Get the Huntsman General. I don't know if the Huntsman General has the best auto-resolve. I think he does. Maybe I'm wrong, though. Volkmar, of course, is gonna get... Oh, did I forget to level up Volkmar? Is that what happened? I might have straight up forgotten to level up Volkmar. Did anyone see me put the other 2 red line skill points into Volkmar? I think that's what actually lost it. Because, yeah, you're supposed to take over Bagar, right? And then you level up full red skill tree. I think I totally forgot that because I disabled the notifications. That would explain why it's so close. This strategy is very knife's edge. It is at an extreme knife's edge. So like if you like screw up even a little bit, you lose out on the auto resolve. Like you saw how it was a valiant defeat, which means we were really close to being able to kill him. But I think if done well, you can kill off Manfred and Volkmar will still have a 20 stack by the end of it. We'll see though, we'll see. There we go, close victory. Let's see if we get good RNG. Free company, we do. We get the good RNG. There we go. This is a pistol corpse. Nice. This guy's gonna go over here, and now we're fairly well set. Because we have more free company now, I should be able to get a large enough army to kill Manfred when he takes over the springs. Because he just settled a ruin, he'll be at low vigor, and that'll offset the fact that he's a legendary lord, which gives him fairly strong auto-resolve power. Pretty good so far, pretty good so far. And then after the Manfred part, the general RNG, I think, drops a little bit. I think we have fewer things to worry about after Manfred is down. If I remember correctly, the biggest things I really have to pay attention to is, I think just, I think it's just making sure Kairos is dead. Kairos is a big ol' pain in the butt. So, it's really weird and very RNG heavy how he sort of works, I guess, in general. Because Kairos has insane auto-resolve power. How goes the runs today? We're on the second run already, but we have a sick new strat that Become a Monster showed me. Yeah, Kairos is really weird because sometimes he crumples to Oxyotl, and other times, even if I'm helping Oxyotl, Kairos still wins. So there's a little bit of a big RNG moment later in the run. That sort of determines whether or not I have to commit a bunch of resources to the Chaos Waste. But in general, it just ends up being a bit of a time loss. I just have to recruit more armies and send them to Kairos. It's still a big old pain in the butt, but if Kairos can just die, then we're good. And actually, I've changed up my run a little bit. So instead of conquering all this territory here, I'm basically just beelining Volkmar straight south and slamming him directly into Kairos. Because there's... Oh, yeah, there we go. That's just beautiful. Look at that. Low casualty. That's exactly what we needed. Manfred was a little bit injured there. So he wasn't at full force. I didn't even have to recruit a what's it? My Regiment of Renown. So, honestly, this is basically as good as it gets, guys. This is almost perfect. We'll see if I can find a way to botch it up, though. How do you kill Kairos, though? In my campaign, he even ambushes me in camp stance. Oh, man. Kairos, well, we have a couple things. I don't know if Lud, if you've watched some of the other streams that I've been doing. Grenade launcher stacks can can auto-resolve Kairos, even if he uses his teleport stance. It's insane. Not only that, we're arriving really early in this territory. And that should be able to... Come on. Yes! Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Okay, nice. So we go there. Then we go here. Decisive victory. We occupy it. And Manfred's basically dead. As soon as this army's gone, then we have nothing else to really worry about. Let's pull him out. Do this. Give him the free company. I don't need this guy anymore. And that means Volkmar is very well set up to head down south to Kairos. So the thing that we're going to do with him is that basically in the early stages of a campaign, he tends to be fighting Oxyotl quite a bit. So his major settlements can sometimes end up being very undefended. And if I can just... Oh, I'm not supposed to level that up. Whoopsies. If I can just beeline it straight towards him and kill off his major settlements, it can be enough of a tipping point. There we go. It can be enough of a tipping point to kill him off early. You got this, sub 5. Well, I don't have the full time to do a run today. Not a complete run. I would like to conquer all of Cathay before I have to go in roughly 2.5 hours. And probably more if we're going to be 2.5 hours in. That's actually pretty good. Uh-huh. There we go. Come on, come on. Come on, kill him. Oh, the dead rise again. Come on, come on. And... Okay, there we go. Nice. 3-second time save. You can definitely kill him faster though, but it's pretty good. It's a nice start. We give Springs of Eternal Life to Cetra, and he loves me for it. Nice, nice. I think that also hints at the fact that streaming does not seem to have an effect on how fast my end turns go by, which is a pretty good sign. Kairos has crazy auto-resolve against AI factions for some reason. Yeah, no, he's insane. He has pretty crazy auto-resolve against the player too. I'm not gonna lie. He's bonkers. So I really need to set up Oxyotl to be like, just... Oxyotl's got to be able to massacre Kairos. I don't know what the best setup is. It's a bit inconsistent. One way I could do it to increase consistency is to just spend more time. Oh, almost trespassed. Thank goodness. One thing that I could do is, yeah, I could just straight up be like, you know what? I'm just going to hover around there and make sure I win these battles. And make sure that Kairos is 100% dead. But it's a massive time loss. And I don't think I can afford that in a run like this. Barrier and magic damage are some major auto-resolve boosts. Oh, no, I have no idea. Auto-resolve calculations are really... It's a black box. Like, you can't just sort of know how it works. Befriend Kairos and eliminate the lizards? Interesting. Very interesting. That's actually... Is that an idea I want to explore today? Can we straight up befriend Kairos? Is he a backstabber? I feel like he's a filthy backstabber. Like, I feel like the moment he has to join me in a war, he's gonna break alliance. Does Kairos keep to his... Does any Tzeentchian faction actually keep to their treaties? There's no way, right? I think that's actually impossible. Because it's not hard to give people settlements to boost relations. But I've had Manfred break an alliance with me at like, you know, at like plus 90 relations. And like a random beastman army decides to declare war on me. And then immediately after that, Manfred declares war on me and murders my face. He'll betray you? I'm pretty sure he will. Doesn't he get minus 100 aversion against mortals? Funnily enough, you can recover minus 100 aversion by giving like 3 settlements. He'll halt your faction and trade your settlements away. Oh man. Yeah, I feel like Kairos RNG is too risky, but maybe it's a strategy I can explore in the future. You know, figure out if there is a way to get Kairos on my side proper. You'll also notice I went for the high elf tech. The high elf tech that will increase diplomacy with them. Gonna be amazing. Jeez, my hair is not cooperating today. It's gonna be great because it's going to hopefully get Techless and Tic-Tac-Toe to be very buddy-buddy with each other. These guys, I love them. I really want to befriend them. It's going to be a bit at the detriment of the Bretonians hating me. But I find that if I can get these guys to join my side, Sutra will generally back them up. So it's a rough net win if I can actually, or if they can live long enough to actually expand a little bit. Typically they don't do super great, especially versus Pawns, but there's a non-zero chance that you see them really pop off. Also, we will be going for the Dwarven Alliance strat. So we just join a couple of wars, boost their relations, then we hop on over to the Lizardmen, join war, boost those relations, and then we're gonna go for Tic-Tac-Toe. We're gonna say, hey, do you want this random settlement I took that's just ruins? And that'll make them really like me. Look at that, already positive 69. Nice, in a few turns. Gonna be huge. And as long as Cetra, you know, doesn't just randomly die out of nowhere, right? Surely that's not gonna happen, then we should be good. Now, it's sort of weird. I'm not actually super keen on defending my allies. Jeez, Tic-Tac-Toe, no! Okay, I'm gonna explore this path. It's not the end of the world. I can kill Tic-Tac-Toe. Aversion eventually overpowers giving them settlements. You sort of rely on the treaties to hard carry you after. So this is a weird... I usually, when you give him the Sun Tree Glades, Tic-Tac-Toe does not hate you like that. It might be because I didn't... maybe it's because the Greenskins? Because I didn't join war against the Greenskins properly or something? Tic-Tac, no! Alright, here we go. So he's over there, right? We're gonna set up an ambush. If I can't easily kill the guy, then we have to reset. Cold-blooded logic. Yeah, you know. Give him a settlement. He loves me. Kill the guy that he's at war with, and he's like, you know what, this guy's gotta die. That's actually crazy. I've never had Tic-Tac-Toe declare war on me that quickly, though. That's crazy. Well, I'm hoping I can get an ambush, though, because here's the thing, right? This phase of the campaign, I have a couple goals. One, establish a good economy. Number two, make sure that... Oh, look at that. Warrior Priest. Number two, after I establish a good economy, I need to make sure that my... I'm going to get rid of this building. After the economy setup, I have to make sure that my... What's it? That all of... Oh, jeez. Jeez Louise. Okay, it's all pterodons. There's a non-zero chance to just kill them, right? They're just pterodons. They're just pterodons. But yeah, I need to establish economy. I need to make sure that I get to grenade launchers, and I need to make sure that the Southlands don't have too many enemies, because I'm basically going to be leaving my territory undefended, and I have to have enough allies to actually defend me. Now, usually in this run where I land in Lustria incredibly quickly, I don't really have much of an economy built up, and it's a little bit awkward. It's a little bit awkward not having a full economy. It makes the Lustrian expansion a little bit slower, I find. So, I feel like, you know, if I can actually just kill Tic-Tac-Toe, we can get a lot of territory here. Could be huge. It seems like, okay, no, the pterodons are in fact terrifying. Although maybe if I kill Tic-Tac-Toe here, then that'll help out. Jesus, pterodons just wrecked shops. Did you guys just see that? Wait, why are these pterodons so good at melee? I guess it is Tic-Tac-Toe, you know. They do have the double rock drop. Okay, note to self. Tic-Tac-Toe, not a guy you wanna be fighting. Just oh man. You can see how many runs I've been doing, guys. I've been doing a lot of Volkmar runs. I've been doing a lot of Volkmar runs, guys. Oh, man. And all of those runs, I've never had Tic-Tac-Toe do that when I give him a settlement. How? How? Why? Why did he hate me? I gave him everything. And then he backstabbed me. Oh, my goodness. I should just do a Manfred run. I should just do a run where I ally with Manfred. Alright. I'm still looking for a more optimal starts. This one's obviously really good. Landing in Lustria at 45 minutes is insane. But I think this run, this route that I'm taking, still has a lot of RNG because I haven't practiced it enough. We still have a lot of ways to go before I think I can do this fully consistently. But I feel like when I'm practicing, 50% of the time I can make it to Lustria. Actually, maybe not 50% of the time. Is it actually just like 1/4%? I don't know. It's all Volkmar. Volkmar has to hard carry, kill all the pterodons. He actually could though if it was in melee, but unfortunately we'd hit army losses, and I need the army to be quite strong to push into Kairos. Kairos is a big RNG factor with this one, but sometimes you can show up to his settlement and he has like nothing. It's insane. So like you just straight up just snipe his major settlement right away, and it's a massive hit to his economy. He's getting his flying war altar. He has a flying one. You know, if you told me you had a flying war altar in Age of Sigmar, I would not be surprised. You think a version... oh, whoops. I'm already caught up with chat. Oh, I forgot to do this guy. We can live without it.
What does the Emperor bid?
I'll recruit what's it to make up for... Instead of getting the extra 3 global recruit, I'll just recruit a couple more guys in this region, and that should be enough to kill Manny. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. It's pulled by a griffin with a red nose. Man, Volkmar as Santa. Would he be the best Santa out of all the Warhammer characters, legendary lords? Would anyone else be a better Santa? I feel like some of the dwarves, you know, Grombrindle with that beard and his teleportation. I feel like Grombrindle would make a pretty good Santa. Nice, we got the right building. Big plus, big plus. Is there anyone that would do better than Grombrindle? Grombrindle is pretty good. Volkmar is pretty nice too. I'm not gonna bash on Volkmar too much. Is there let's hear any Oxyotl? Pure utility? I think Oxyotl would win. Scarbrand maybe? Because he's red? Who's talking? Oh my gosh, Busty Grombrindle, what a name.
Huntsman General.
Alright. So we're gonna try with the start. We're gonna get a whack load of Free Company militia, and then we're gonna hopefully catch out Manfred. Greasus. Okay, Greasus. Greasus got the bod. I think no one can dispute Greasus has the best Santa bod. Does he make for... Does he, you know, personality-wise, I think that's a bit of an L. I think we could do a little bit better. You know, Greasus kind of greedy, I would say. Kugath. Oh, Kugath bot, also pretty good. And it's true, the gifts of Nurgle, quite thematic. Give Kugath a beard. Oh man. I feel like sitting on Kugath's lap would be terrifying. I don't think it'd be firm. In my mind's eye, it would be quite mushy. Alright, let's see here. How is this start gonna go? So Manfred does not have the debuff. There's a bit of RNG to the Manfred kill, where he takes over the Springs of Eternal Life early instead of marching to Bagar, and that means that he'll have a little bit more of a force there. You can see he's built up a tiny bit. Now, not the end of the world. I've had a few runs where you can sort of finagle it. So I'm not gonna be worried just yet. But yeah, Manfred is sort of weird. I would say, oh, look at that. I would say Manfred about 30% of the time. He goes there early and it botches things a little bit. But we got the Huntsman General. He attacks that army, chases him away. Volkmar attacks Manfred with the support, only loses all of his units. Oh man. This is not gonna be pretty. Maybe I should have pulled that guy away to reduce losses. Regardless. We'll see how it goes. If Manfred attacks and kills Volkmar here, we'll just have to reset again. I was hoping this run wouldn't be so RNG heavy, but it seems like we are running into RNG. It was just a tic-tac-toe though, wasn't it? You know, there is a more consistent strategy that I haven't explored a ton because I think it's terrible. But if this run doesn't go well enough, because what, I'd have only 2 hours, 15 minutes if I restarted. In theory, I should be able to capture Cathay at that point. Come on, just if Volkmar can just auto-resolve this army, we're still going. Oh, I forgot to get the flagellant. Dang it. I always forget that flagellant because sometimes you don't need them, but yeah, the regiments run out. Can you put the checkpoint list in the top right? Oh, I could. People like the map, though. I think I have a place where I might be able to put it, though. This one's going a bit slow, so what if I, like, put it here? You guys like that? You think that's clutch? How does that feel? The text is a bit too small for me to read, but that means that on YouTube, it's usually about the right size. Okay, so the odds of this working are extraordinarily slow, or extraordinarily low, but I'm gonna try it. Ah, dang it. Yeah. Alright. I'll do one more reset. If this doesn't work, I'm gonna try a different strategy. That looks just fine. Awesome. What happened to Sotek's RPG? Weather. Weather is looking really bad there. He doesn't know if he can actually get a stable connection. So, we're pushing it to another day, unfortunately. Alright. Second last attempt before we try exploration again. Oh, man. Yeah, this run is insane. But if I can pull it off, that would be amazing. That sucks. Yeah, but at least he's safe. Last I talked to him, he said, you know, he's keeping warm. No issues. Puppy's fine. But he just has to cancel the stream, so it's not the end of the world. Dang, that's like a good position for the speedrun timer. Actually, I quite enjoy that right now. I don't know about you guys. Seems like it's like perfectly placed. I guess maybe, like, you know, if I put it to the left of the map, maybe that's a bit better. Honestly, it's not too bad. It doesn't get in the way of, like, those sort of, you know, battles, like, you know, showing off which armies are there and whatnot. I'm gonna try something slightly different. I'm gonna get a general of the Empire, see if he has better auto resolve. I sort of wonder, right? What if, like, because there's a non-zero chance that the general of the Empire is just, like, way better in auto resolve. I wonder if also if I get extra, you know, I'm just gonna try it. Why not, you know? Let's actually do a little bit of exploration, because if this research, because I attack Manfred past turn 5, if the leadership research can boost the auto-resolve power of my free company just enough, we can use them to crush face. Because it'll make the Manfred kill way more consistent. That's all I really care about. How have the temperatures been here? I believe the temperature is minus 12 here right now. But, you know, I'm in Canada. Our infrastructure is, you know, more built to handle stuff like this. So, but I've gotten some weather warnings that have straight up been like, hey, power might die over the weekend. Well, no guarantee, but maybe it dies. Like 90-kilometer-hour winds. So, but I'm pretty fine. And honestly, I got this PC over here blasting the heat, running Warhammer on full, on max graphics. So I'm fine. Yeah, and for Sotek, he's nice and warm too. Oh yeah, minus 12 Celsius to be clear. This is not Fahrenheit. People in America just freaking out. They're like, minus 12? What? How are you not dead? Alberta has an average of minus 45 Celsius all week. Yeah. Yeah, at least I live in like southern Ontario, you know, near Toronto. So I'm about as cold as most northern Americans right now. It's not too crazy for me. But for, you know, for in other parts of Canada is crazy.
So, take up the pace.
Yeah, that's storm. Hitting everybody. I think someone, I was talking to one of my clanmates today. They said that it's really weird that how in the UK, it's very, you know, warm right now and normal. And at this time of the year, it's like super duper cold in the Americas. A little bit of a switch up. Crap, did I do that wrong? Crap, Manfred's over there. I think Manfred did he did the thing again. I think I forgot to recruit an extra wave with Volkmar, but not the end of the world. But yeah, Manfred went for the quick capture on the Springs of Eternal Life again. Let's see if we can kill him. Who knows? Maybe with the tech and the new general, perhaps we'll have good enough auto-resolve. Optimally, though, so the best case scenario is if we can auto-resolve Manfred with a low loss count. That would be the best. Fingers crossed. Volkmar's gonna get a couple archers. We're gonna dump these guys into his army. Steal his spears and a random flagellant. And then we're gonna have the tech done, which is gonna be a leadership upgrade. And if all of these factors combined work out, he should auto pretty hard. Oh my gosh, I had minus 35 last night. Jeez. Yeah, this is like there was rain too. That's a weird part about where I am. So it was warm for a day, enough for it to rain, but then immediately after it all froze over. Alright, here we go. Come on, Manny. Pyrrhic victory, high losses. I wonder if having a second army straight up sabotages me. Real quick, let me just check. Let me just check, because sometimes it does. Okay, no, it's equally bad. Interesting. Can I ambush with this guy? What am I supposed to do here? I think I just Pyrrhic it, because even though that sort of sucks, sometimes you can have just enough guys to still hard carry. Crap, I forgot the flagellants again. I always forget the flagellants. Oh no. Did he at least build it up? Okay, at least I can recruit some guys. I think my missed recruitment on Volkmar is what screwed me over. I'm sort of like looking at chat, and it's you know, and I'm just gonna blame chat again. Why not? Any Canadians recommend living in Canada over the US? What's the difference? Yeah, free healthcare sorta. Definitely among the nice bonuses. Oh, dang, you actually left me. We have a chance. Yeah, you know, it depends. It depends on how you feel about taxes, I guess. I guess that's sort of the biggest thing. Taxes and gun ownership are the biggest difference, I'd say, but otherwise it's mostly the same. I think that's like basically it. I don't want to get too political about it, but like, you know, just like rough statements, but like it's basically the same. Let's be real here. It is not a massive difference between Canada and America. All right, come on. Just give me the auto resolve. We still have a chance. If I can auto resolve Manfred here. Because I should be able to siege a settlement and chase off one of these armies. Oh, and milk bags, yes. If you like milk bags, that's probably the biggest thing, isn't it? Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have gone in ambush stance. Crap, now he's dead. Well, Volkmar... Oh, jeez. Manfred. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I'm not liking the start. Maybe we should try a... Maybe I should try the Manfred strat. The ally with Manfred strat. Oh my gosh, I can actually auto that? That's insane. Sometimes the auto resolve is like way more generous than it should be. It's way more generous than it should be. I wonder, can I salvage this? Can Volkmar take the settlement right now at a 3-minute time loss? I think he straight up can't. As dumb as it is, I'm pretty sure we can just back cap him. We'll see. Danger, salaries, cost of living. I think those are actually surprisingly close as far as I know, but I'm not a big, you know, I'm not big on randomly looking up the salaries in America. How expensive it is to live in Canada depends on where you live. It's not like you're gonna get cheap housing though, if that's what you're looking for. It's not like we magically have, you know, we cheated the housing market. Alright. I'm gonna do this. If Volkmar dies to this unit of cav, obviously it's not gonna work, but there's in the off chance that he can pull it off, I wanna know. I wanna know. Cause sometimes the AI is dumb. Let's see. Vancouver is expensive. Toronto is getting there. Toronto is getting there. Are you kidding me? Most of my friends have given up on owning a house at this point. All right. So here's the problem. We got a unit of cavalry, and they are staring down Volkmar. Not the end of the world, because I'm pulling over my guys over here, and that may be able to distract them just enough for Volkmar to give them a bit of the squeeze. All right. A little bit of sidewinding action. Head on over to this back point. These guys, they slip on in. AI gets distracted by them. Capture the back point. AI fails to recapture it because they're really bad at that. And then we get a sick W. You live in Silicon Valley. So anywhere, Silicon Valley, Bay Area, California. So anywhere in Canada is probably cheaper. Yes. Yeah, you know, I guess I can't talk that much if that's where you live. Alright, here we go. So the problem with the bats is that they just got Volkmar off the point accidentally. And he's dead. Alright. Jeez. Oh man, I don't know how I feel about this start anymore. Should I just do the Vlad start? Maybe I just do the Vlad start. Vlad start's weird. But basically how it works is I auto-resolve the first 3 settlements because that's very easy. And then I think my main problem right now, I gotta find a cleaner start for Vlad. But here's the play. This start is really weird because I have no economy, but I achieve all of my other goals very, very quickly. So if we take a look here, if we take a quick look-see, alright. Manfred is obviously a beast, right? He's pretty scary. He will die if he gets attacked by everyone, which tends to happen if he allies with me, funnily enough. The easiest way to kill Manfred is indeed to befriend him. But what I do is I first take these 2 settlements. You know, it's the usual. Some auto-resolve shenanigans. Nothing too crazy, right? But then actually, I get rid of this building. This starts really crazy. Because the only thing that can end it is like a rogue tic-tac-toe declaring war on me early. And I can sort of prevent that if I join war against the Leafcutter tribe early. And if I need to, I can give them the Plain of Tuskars. But yeah, the weird part about this one is that you're basically relying on Manfred to hold until you reach tier 3. You recruit a grenade launcher stack, and then you bail. You leave the Southlands to just do their thing. Because you can arrive in Lustria really fast if you go with the grenade launcher rush. Because instead of, you know, having to finagle all of this business, you basically get grenade launchers as fast as possible. Like, you're just spamming end turns, just waiting for the opportunity to start recruiting them. The splits now? Yeah, the splits now. So it's, you know, there's pluses and minuses. How many times have you tried this? Well, if you look at the, since I've added the splits, I've tried this 15 times. Also, why did those guys auto-resolve so well? I am not used to them being that good at auto-resolve. Terrifying. Watch, if I can't even auto-resolve Bagar this run, I'm gonna be so sad. Are the quest battles worth the time loss? I would say yes. Quest battles are very short in the grand scheme of things. It's a 5-hour run. But I only do one of the quest battles, just for public order. So I guess, you know, the other ones aren't really worth it, but like in the grand scheme of things, they're a pretty minor speed bump, I find. What was that? What was that? I totally clicked it. Oh my gosh. It's fine. We just load it. We'll just load it. That's only like, you know, a couple second time loss, not the end of the world. What you just saw there was it lag spiked, so it didn't track where my mouse was properly. And then when I right clicked the settlement, Volkmar backed it up. Either that or I just misclicked. Both possibly equally possible. Come on. Okay, there we go. Anyways, like I was saying, you know, it's just it's an RNG manipulation thing, guys. A very complicated RNG manipulation. You wouldn't understand. Oh, right. Yeah, I can do them at 4x speed, so it's not too bad. Okay, there we go. So now we do this, right? We give them Antok, and then we gotta suffer the scary part now. There's a little bit of a sketchy part where Manfred might just decide that we don't deserve to exist anymore. And if he does decide that, he'll declare war on me, and then we lose, and then we lose this run. But assuming that doesn't happen, we may very well be in the clear. Man, he's occupying the Springs of Eternal Life like every single time, I swear. What do we call the new strat to kill Manfred? Every speedrun tech needs a name. Ooh. Well, it was discovered, or at least first sent to me by Become a Monster. So I feel like it has to be, you know, it has to be that, right? It has to be something related to that. Maybe I call it like, I don't know. Monster Manfred split. That's a terrible name. Manfred. I don't know. Fast Manfred. I don't know what the best thing is. Anyways. This is my patented strat though. The ally with Manfred strat. We'll figure out a name for it later, but yeah. Fred skip. Fred skip. Not really skipping him though. Yeah, we'll see. The thing about these names is that, you know, they come naturally, right? It's not like you know, it can be hard to just force the situation with these names. Okay, so now we're in an interesting choice. Usually I don't go for, you know, allying with Order factions after I go with allying with Manfred. But the great thing about this is that also I have to skip the Manfred dead thing. How do I skip? What's my hotkey for skipping a split? Numpad 8. Interesting. Yeah, so like we're just rushing for our Kairos. We're rushing Kairos down essentially. Oh, I think I'm not supposed to upgrade that. Yeah, I'm supposed to get my settlement up. But yeah, so I'm instead of allying with tic-tac-toe, because honestly, who likes tic-tac-toe? Unfortunately, we have to skip on Cetra, but he's been dying on a lot of my runs recently. We're gonna instead ally with Manfred and Teclis. A weird alliance. Manfred, Teclis, Oxyotl. We're still gonna kill Kairos with our grenade launcher stack. But yeah, I think that's it. Mates with Manny. The Manny mates. Manny mate start. That's alright. That's alright. I can get behind that. Let's get into where I want it to be. But yeah, this one's an interesting one. I don't think it's faster than the other strat, because I end up arriving at Lustria with just way less. Like, it's only gonna be Volkmar with the grenade launcher stack. But on the plus side, it's more consistent, and I have a little bit less I have to manage. So, pluses and minuses. But to start off, to make sure that this actually works out well, I want to really make sure that Kairos is gonna die. Kairos gotta die. So I'm probably gonna take out a few of his settlements and then give all of them to Oxyotl before I head to Lustria. Another weird thing about this start too is that you really do not have a lot of cash at hand. So I don't even know if I can sustain a full grenade launcher stack. I might have to be in the mild negatives for a bit. Because a full grenade launcher stack is, you know, 20 grenade launchers at 200 a pop. It's 4,000. Your base income is 3,000. And this region's only giving like 300 right now. So you're not going to be rolling in the dough by any means. Now, you might be wondering why I'm not disbanding my army right now. And that is because I fear getting attacked. I fear getting attacked on all fronts. I don't want to join anyone. I don't want to go to war with anyone right now. Did I just decline? I think I did accidentally just decline. Well, you know, whatever. Thorax far away. But this whole strat basically revolves around me.
How should we proceed?
Just leaving it to Manfred to do the cleanup. I think I can get rid of a great sword, I think. If he can distract long enough for me to get to grenade launchers, then, you know, I have my Doom stack and I can go wherever. Tic-Tac-Toe's got a nice defeat trait. Extra movement. That's nice, but the farming of his traits is not actually that important. When we get to the late game, we are so... The thing is, right? In theory, in under 2 hours, we're supposed to have 10 armies romping through Cathay at that point. So farming up Tic-Tac-Toe's defeat trait really, in theory, should have almost no impact by the time we get there. So it's sort of just the question is how fast can I get to a late game situation? And that's sort of what we're exploring right now. Because I think the late game, I know how to carry it out fairly well. But it's sort of the early game setup that is so important for this. Are we still in theory mode? A little bit. This is a half-explored theory. So I know that I can ally with Manfred super early on. Oh crap, I goofed. I goofed. We're going to be a few turns off of getting the right thing. I accidentally had a 2-turn time loss, but that's only 2 minutes. So this is a path that I've explored a bit, where I can semi-consistently get my grenade launcher stack as long as I appease all the factions nearby. They'll generally end up fighting Manfred over me, just because they hate him that much. Honestly, it's well deserved, but it basically buys me very good time to get my grenade launchers up. Why not finish runs and see how far I get? Because finishing runs would involve me playing until, you know, 6 or 7 hours if they're not going well. And if they're really not going well, it's expected to be like 10 hours. Unfortunately for me, I have other things in my life that I gotta do. Zen by Jin run completion? Yeah. There's a lot of stuff that I could do, but I'm sort of engrossed by this run right now. There's so much random, like, research and stuff that I'm still digging into, that I feel like it's just too interesting to me right now. I'll probably be doing this one for a while. The life excuses. I get it, JK. Oh man, yeah. Unfortunately. I wish I could just play this 24/7 though. That would be amazing. How's Christmas, everyone? Well, Christmas for me is starting to ramp up. Family starting to, like, you know, starting to see family more often. They're all getting off of work. Busyness increaseth. But overall, it's not too crazy over here. I like my quiet Christmases. Oh, man. I don't know who's worse, Tic-Tac-Toe or Manfred. They're both terrible. They're both terrible people to be working with. Here's the plan, though. We're gonna get the grenade launchers. I'm playing the Tuskars. We're gonna go south take out a couple of tic-tac-toe's territory, because he's going to steal this if I don't. It's going to make Manfred like me a little bit more. This is what I mean, that 2-turn loss is going to hurt me a little bit, but... yeah, we're going to push down south. And then we're going to invade Kairos, give the settlements to Oxyotl, and I'm going to hope that Teclis and Oxyotl are strong enough to kill Kairos and Tic-Tac-Toe. And if that actually goes well, then this is a possible viable start. I still don't know exactly what my favorite start is yet, because there's a mix of like inconsistent starts and slow starts. We've obviously gone a long way from some of the older starts that would take like, you know, take like 2 hours, 30 minutes just for me to arrive at Cathay. And now I want to conquer Cathay at the 2-hour mark. It's a big jump. We've optimized about an hour from the beginning. I just have to make sure I can make it more consistent so I can do these runs. Even watching the VOD of the 3rd stream, or second half of the 2nd stream, seems the strategy has evolved into something quite different since then. Yes, yeah. We basically, you know, I want to get to Lustria as soon as possible. Because Lustria, the territory in Lustria requires the least amount of management out of everything. So it's pretty easy for me to start mass expanding once I can actually be in Lustria. Won't cleaning up Manfred be a nuisance later? Much less than you'd think. So the thing is, once I'm in the late game, I can kill any faction super easily. So, no matter how the map shapes up, the thing that matters most is that I get to the mid game as soon as possible. Which, you know, my splits I could say like mid game, late game, right? By mid game I mean when I have about my 3rd army going. Because I find that once I have my 3rd army going, we're basically set. The other problem though is that I need the 3rd army going in Lustria for it to actually be like, you know, properly in a good position. Because if we're not in Lustria, then that's a bit bad. Because if we're not in Lustria by the time I have that army going, it's really hard to hold borders, I find. But yeah, as you can see right now, based off the timer, this is probably going to be a little bit slower than the Manfred start where we just kill him. Since apparently I can get to Kairos at 20 minutes. I didn't know I did it that fast. I thought it was closer to 24. I guess I beat that record recently. This is off stream. But if I can kill Manfred off extremely early, I can plow southwards and get to Kairos super fast. The grenade launchers would come a bit later, but this is like a really nice, you know, low management type situation. Where I think this is, out of all the runs, this is the fastest I can reach the mid game while also being fairly consistent. So I gotta weigh the cost benefit between the 2 starts. But yeah, and it also really depends on how Manfred reacts later on. So if Manfred declares war on me and starts landing in Lustria, then my life just sucks. Then it is really bad. Because then I have to, you know, I have to worry about the guy just like... I have to like have armies to defend Lustria, otherwise I'm just losing territory and losing economy. But typically, if I can have... Alright, he's actually being pretty chummy this one. Typically if I can actually have like a lot of places fairly well... like if I can have even 1 or 2 allies kicking around in the Southlands, they're causing enough of a distraction where I'm fairly safe and in the clear. Alright, here we go. Now we start making our way towards Kairos. I need to have a couple of these settlements. Or alternatively, I just give them to Manfred. And give him most of Tic-Tac-Toe's territory. And he uses that as a staging ground to do well. I wonder how far I can take this alliance. Obviously, as a vampire account. And one of the worst vampire accounts too. Manfred is very prone to backstabbing. Exceptionally prone to backstabbing, actually. But if somehow I can make Manfred take over all of the Southlands, then we are extremely in the clear. Like, the only reason I don't do this strat more is seriously because I don't trust the guy to maintain his alliances into the late game. But, like, you know, the crazy thing is that even if he owns all of this territory, for me to take it back in the late game would probably only be like 20 minutes. Don't forget to auto-level Volkmar. Auto-leveling Volkmar doesn't really do that much. Yeah, in my other runs, you'll notice that I typically don't auto-level, because very often it'll just be taking abilities that aren't too useful. And Volkmar right now, the thing that he's beelining towards is reduced upkeep. Because as soon as I can get his army a little bit cheaper, we're starting to look at much more armies much faster. You know, I won't have to rely on having so many settlements and such. Okay, he didn't like Talakwa that much. You know, I would have thought Manfred would have appreciated that more, but we'll have to live with that. Alright, where are we at? 18 minutes, and I'm going to be at Kairos. So, the downside... So, in a Manfred start, right? I would be at Kairos, but I would have alliances with Cetra, Tic-Tac-Toe, Techless, and so on. But I wouldn't have grenade launchers yet. But my territory would be bigger. In this start, we have just an alliance with Manfred, but I have grenade launchers researched. And I'm going to be at Kairos a little bit slower. Interesting trade. We'll see how it pans out, especially now that Manfred's going to be loaded up with settlements. I swear, if he dies now... If either... It's weird, right? Wow, he loves that settlement. Okay, that's a big plus. I find the AI really likes completing settlements. They're full-on completionist AI. They love it when you give the last settlement to the puzzle. So that's a nice way of allying with factions that you wouldn't usually be able to. Why Volkmar for the speedrun? Just because I wanted to do an Empire speedrun. And this one, it looks like I can do it in under 5 hours. So I'm sort of committed to completing it. You know what, at this point, why not just double down? I feel like if I double down right now, ally with Ark in the Black and Kairos, and let's just be the baddies. What if I just kill Oxyotl? That would be hilarious. Has a whole new meaning to first Kairos settlement. But if Kairos allies with me, and I get a Kairos Manfred alliance, and they take over all of the Southlands, I'll take it if it means I get Lustria for free. This actually would be a hilarious start. Volkmar turning to the dark side. Sure. Chaos, undivided corruption. We're already evil at this point. Alright, here we go. Where's Oxyotl? There he is. Oh man, what a run. You've had it where giving the AI a settlement in a province they aren't even in, that isn't even very good, gets me an instant vassalization. Oh, okay. Now you're saying like giving them not a great settlement can still get you a vassalization. Yeah, it can sometimes be really inconsistent. I think it has something to do with how built up the settlement is, maybe. A little bit of a time loss, but I think this could be pretty huge, right? So we take over the Demon's Gate. We hand that over to Kairos. He's happy. And then we get all chummy with the Chaos Gods. Oh man, it's gonna be real interesting buddying up with Kairos. But look, maybe it's just a reliability thing, right? Maybe if he just likes me enough, we'll be fine. Because the weird thing is that these guys are incredibly powerful AI factions. They're incredibly strong allies to have on your side. But they're so inconsistent. And the moment you break that military alliance, it's terrible. Hey, Thalusa, thank you very much for the donation. Here, have a settlement. Hopefully Manfred doesn't take it. Alright, the other great thing about Oxyotl is that he's pretty chumpy. He's not too hard to take out. His auto-resolve is strong, you know, it's decent, but I should be able to beat him up quite nicely. Oh my gosh, seriously? In this one run where things are... where I finally decide to attack Oxyotl first, he's straight up killing Kairos. I wonder, should I hedge my bets? Maybe I should be hedging my bets. So, like, I arrive in the Southlands and I choose between allying with Oxyotl or Kairos. Jade Griffin is getting to him. Wearing that much warpstone would give a Skaven pause. That's great. The Jade Griffin in lore isn't warpstone canonically, right? It's just, you know, it's just Jade, right? Maybe I'm wrong. I wouldn't be surprised. But it'd be pretty messed up. I think if it was just straight up warpstone, that there's no way, right? Although there is the theory that what's his face, Zhao Ming, has a warpstone sort of headband that's making him go insane. Hope the run at speed is going well. Yeah, run's going pretty well. At least this one. Warpstone all the way. As headcanon, I'll take it. Alright, what are we looking at here? Okay, another turn. So we're gonna go here. Dang it, Kairos. Where you at? Kairos is supposed to be alive somewhere down here. I've never seen Kairos die this badly. I've never seen Kairos crumple to Oxyotl this much. We'll find him, though. We'll find him. And then as soon as... Okay, I think I just saw it. He's still alive somewhere. This will hopefully draw enough away from Oxyotl. And then it'll be an interesting test to see what an evil Volkmar run looks like. Okay, that's fine. Dang! Manfred actually staying? He's sticking with it? Yo, maybe I should try explore this path a bit more. I feel like this path, this route, could potentially be massive if it's consistent. Okay, there he is. The myth, the legend. So I want to ally with him before he declares war on me. Minus 100. All right, here we go. Fate Weaver's Crevasse. Yes. He'll give me military access for that. Okay. Okay, that's actually pretty huge. Will he do the same for Demon's Gate? Because I don't need these settlements, right? Okay, non-aggression pact. I'll take it. I'll take it. We've boosted him to minus 40. And we are no longer trespassing with him. Is it possible? Is it possible to get Kairos on my side? We'll see. The great part about this is that I get to show up to Lustria a little bit faster too, as long as it doesn't take me 20 minutes. Arkan the Black. Yes, my buddy, Arkan the Black. Volkmar allying with Arkan the Black, Manfred, and Kairos Fate Weaver. Now I just need to add tech list to the mix just to make it real crazy. What is this timeline? I have no idea, but man oh man, do they like getting free settlements. Alright. Now it depends on how good Manfred is. You know, honestly, if Manfred sucks, I'm happy to have Kairos as my friend. Kairos as an ally is kind of huge. As we've seen, Chaos is insanely strong in auto-resolve. Kairos, I would say, 3 times out of 4, he wins against Oxyotl and conquers the entire Chaos Wastes. Or Southern Chaos Wastes. So, I would put my bets on Kairos most of the time. As long as he doesn't rogue declare war on me right now, which he might. He might, given the proximity, but if he doesn't, we're golden. It's probably because your nemesis gets a bonus. Oh, maybe. That'd be hilarious, though. That'd be hilarious. You just hard ally with your nemesis to get a super strong ally. As I've shown, it is possible to, you know, look at this. Volkmar and Kairos are buddy-buddy. They're right beside each other. This is the first time Kairos has ever been truly confused. I wonder if it'd be better to attack the more westerly side of Oxyotl first. Just to really ensure that I'm gonna be buddy with Kairos. Okay, nice. He's stuck recruiting. Very good. Kairos did not see this reality. He searched long and hard, and he's like, what in the world is this? That would be hilarious, though. Kairos start? A Kairos start. If that ends up being what wins me the sub 5-hour speedrun, that would be amazing. That would be sick. Alright, here we go. So we just go over here, right? We auto-resolve this bad boy. Fortunately, it means the loss of a couple grenade launchers, which is it is a significant loss. It's not the end of the world, because I can re-recruit through here. But, yeah, we'll see how this goes. It's not an Oxyotl army. Kairos is nearby. If I give him this settlement, he still won't befriend me. Okay. We'll need to go further, guys. We need to dive deeper into chaos before we can get Kairos on my side. And at this point, we're just leaving Manfred to do the fighting. Oh, dang. He got Oxyotl to push back. That's good. That's really good. So I think if I can just take this last settlement, I think that'll be the tipping point that gets Kairos fighting for me. And it doesn't matter if Manfred dies, because I'm used to seeing Manfred die to the Grand Alliance just collapsing in on him. They still want to be my friends? Oh, it's because I have the tech. But yeah, this could work. Need an ambassador to Tzeentch technology. Yo, honestly, if there's an ambassador to Lizardmen, that would make this run so much better. Alright, Kairos. We're nearly there. We're almost best buds. Just a little bit more. Just a little bit more, Kairos, and then we can be best friends forever. Come on, take the settlement. 3,000 gold. He's at minus 26. We are almost at positive diplomacy with Kairos Fate Weaver, guys. Yeah, no, this is my favorite start. Even if it's not the most optimal start, it's great. What is this strategy? Well, it's basically, you know, the problem is that I need the Southlands to be a stable environment for me to invade Lustria. Otherwise, man, Ark and the Blacks, like, yo, what's up? Otherwise, we run into many problems down the line. For, you know, just in general. Like, you know, I could have a strategy where I conquer all of the Southlands. But from experience, there's so many random factions. There's Scarbrand, you know. That's mostly it. I gotta deal with Scarbrand. He's a huge pain in the butt, just like Kairos, because of his strong auto-resolve. There's Manfred. No, Kairos, no. Come on. Yeah, so there's Manfred, who's the initial threat. Then there's Scarbrand to the north. There's the Dowie, who will hate you. There's the Wood Elves. There's Krok-Gar. And even if you have 3 armies, it's gonna be a pain in the butt. Now, there is something to be said about starting at the very south and expanding north. But then there's Kairos. So you really are lacking in terms of good options for conquering. I think he's not even sieging. Oh my gosh. Yes, please. And we'll give that one to Kairos too. Yes! Get the military access back. Oh my gosh, -7. He's almost... We are almost friends with Kairos. But yeah, and then there's Techless who will declare war on you. So from what, in my experience, it's a pain in the butt trying to conquer the Southlands. Because no matter which direction you go, there's going to be more enemies. And I much prefer allying with Oxyotl to secure the south and starting at the tip of Lustria and expanding northwards. That seems like a very, very good path into the late game. But yeah, it's you know, obviously it's very hard getting to that point and getting consistent. So that's sort of the main problem right now. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna lose my main settlement soon, which is the sketchy part. But like, if I can have Kairos at my back and then I launch my invasion in Lustria, we honestly, that's the beginning of the mid game. Late game in less than 5 hours. Yes. Well, the late game just implies that you know, the late stages of the campaign where you have like 10, 15 armies or 20 armies. You should recruit a second army at home too. We do not have the money for that. A second army would cost 10,000 and then I'd be at minus 4,000 income a turn. That is asking for problems, my dude. As much as I wish I could afford a second army, the only strategies I found that let me get a second army before I hit Lustria, all of those involve... They all involve shenanigans where I have to kill Manfred first. Honestly, that's going pretty great. I'm happy to see how this plays out. Now, I don't know how consistent this is, based on the fact that I've given Kairos like you know, 5 settlements at this point, and he's still not my friend. Means that it's probably not gonna be a sealed deal. I think Kairos is, you know, I think we're being played here. And even if I give this, I can get him to, you know, I can get him to positive relations with me. But I don't know if I can get this guy. I don't know if I can get him past positive relations. But boy, will I try. We still have 3 more settlements. Just as planned intensifies. I love how he's marching now. He's like sprinting to try and beat me for the settlement race. But I won't have it. I will have none of it. Is that my last settlement? Did I just lose my my capital? Because that'll be a little bit of a problem. Because it means I can't give settlements anymore to Kairos. And I need to for him to become my friend. Come on, come on. Please tell me I have a still... I think I do. I think I still have a main settlement. Okay, yeah, we're good, we're good. Alright, here we go. Here we go. So we just go over here. Easy auto-resolves because grenade launchers are broken. And then we pop up the diplomacy with this big bird. Give him Mount Thrul. We've done it. We are now in positive diplomacy with Kairos Fate Weaver. This is such a janky strategy. I think you need better friends. Kairos is the strongest, least reliable friend out there. And then there's Ark in the Black. But Ark in the Black's weird. He's a 50-50 on whether or not he lives or not toxic relationships. Yeah, I just keep giving him gifts. I keep giving him gifts, but he won't marry me. This is pretty great though. Landing in Lustria at 45 minutes is a good pace. Though of course we'd have more armies usually that have more territory, but it's not the end of the world. Come on, come on. We're positive now. Oh my gosh, we're so close. I'm at 5. I'm at 5 away from sealing the deal, guys. I'm 5 away from sealing the deal with Kairos and getting a defensive alliance with them. Only for him to backstab me and you said he got destroyed restart. Yeah, I swear if I get a defensive alliance and he backstabs me, I'm gonna be so sad, but at least it will settle that discussion. He said he will change? Wow, that's amazing. Oh, wait. Come on, come on. Oh my gosh, okay. So big question now. The big question, right? Can I, with this final strike, it's a valiant defeat. What a ripoff. It's the Carnosaur stack. The bloody Carnosaurs. That's not good. At least I can get away from the settlement real quick. Oh, man. Never-ending chasm. Oh, my gosh. Yes. I can pay him. Oh, yes. I'm going to do it just because I can. Oh, I didn't even need to attack Oxyotl. That's hilarious. Okay, well, it's done. The deed is done. I have allied myself with Kairos Fate Weaver. Now, I'm not going to say that we are in a great position, given that Oxyotl's here, like, recruiting, and he's probably going to kill me. Lightning Strike? Oh, yeah. If only I had the levels. Oxyotl's going to kill me now, though, which is a problem. Oh my gosh. That's insane. He doesn't actually kill me. Grenade launchers are insane. Well, that's just great. That's just great. Because now I might even be able to seal the deal, guys. If I'm lucky, I give him this last settlement down here. And then I get the military alliance with Kairos. Oh man, I should get a screenshot. Oh dang, that's my last settlement. Oh crap, I got no more settlements. I'm taking attrition.
I will cast out all
At least I can heal if I do that stance. Alright. Can I do this? Can I... Dang it. Can I build an outpost? Can I build an outpost on Kairos' territory? I can. Let's... Sure. Sure, let's get the outpost on Kairos' territory. Oh my goodness. Okay, so it seems like he's gonna capture that settlement. Yeah. If I occupy it, it'll become my major settlement, and then I can't give it to him. So I'll just go north, it's fine. But this is honestly not a terrible start, if I can maintain this alliance. Now, I think building an outpost helps. I think it helps a little bit. So that should be a small bonus. That migration does literally nothing. I have no settlements. So pretty good though, pretty good. He'll kill off Oxyotl. And then are there any wars I can join? Join war against okay, no one. You know, I'll settle for that. This is a screenshot, print screen. There we go. Alright, well, we'll just head north then. In Warhammer 2, there were 3 turns recruit 2. What's this about 3-turn recruit? I can fix him. Oh, man. Yo, this... legit, though. Kairos is such a beast in campaign. Him as an ally might even become a bad thing. Like, he might be so strong that he just starts taking territory away from me that I would have otherwise wanted to control. So I have to be wary of his power. He's you know, he'll pop off if given the chance. Fingers crossed I can get to this settlement in time. Cause in the end, right, I lost all of my territory. So we're basically, it's basically a really weird migration campaign. It's a 40-minute migration that involves me becoming buddy-buddy with Kairos. And I'm starting in Lustria. Is that worth 40 minutes? If I am defensive alliance with Kairos, and in the corner of the map, can I paint the map in 4 hours and a bit? I think it's gonna be an interesting thing to see for sure.
the wicked flee before me.
Kairos is such a beast in bed. That's all worth it. Alright, here we go. 2 heads. Alright. I'm not gonna go any further lest I summon the Slanesh bots. Sick though. This is great. This is amazing. So all I gotta do now is hope that he has enough oomph in the Southlands to stop them from invading me while I take over Lustria. Backstab him before he backstabs me. He'll know it though. He'll see it coming. Dude, he's Kairos. That's like his whole shebang. And awesome. Okay guys, we did it. We have now landed in Lustria. I now have a staging point, and we will use this to pull a victory. Oh dang, that's, yeah, there we go. That's that saves a bit of time. Though it is a slow landing in Lustria. So thus far, Volkmar allies with Mani, turns to Chaos, and makes a deal with Fate Weaver, and becomes a horde. Also, Arkin is there, yes. Yes, we sailed right past Techless. And now we're gonna kill some random high elves in Lustria. And it gets even crazier. This random and then we go to Cathay. Volkmar invades Lustria, takes over everything, sails to Cathay, and then conquers the world. If everything goes well. Which we don't know quite yet, but honestly, a grenade launcher stack here, I can probably pass by a few end turns and just build up these settlements. Like, I have the time, right? You know, we're here early. I have a few end turns that I can afford to use. Just to, like, you know. No, Kairos, why? Why? After all that? After everything we've been through, Kairos? No. I should have known. I should have known, yeah. At least we know now. Oh, man. Yeah. Instantly backstabs me after I give him everything. The great deceiver. Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed that Kairos would backstab me? Come on. What is this? Recently signed treaties? I didn't sign anything. I was signing with you. Minus 11. Immediately betrayed. I know, right? Like, the moment I get here, he's like, all right, well, that was a lot easier than I thought it would be. You know, corrupting Volkmar. They told me it'd be difficult, but apparently, you know, he just showed up and gave me all of his settlements. I don't know what to say. It's like talking with Scarbrand. Yeah, all right. Well, that's at least a sign that we gotta commit to the murdering of Kairos. Clearly, the only way to go. Recently signed is him breaking the treaty. Oh, I see. Well, at least I got Ark in the Black. You know, Ark in the Black, best. Ark in the Black, best man. Funnily enough, though, this is a run where Manfred is actually kind of popping off. We're still young. I want to explore other things. Oh, man. Yeah, yeah. Out of all the possibilities he saw, none of them ended with us together. Oh, okay, no. Manfred's getting murdered. Yeah, Manfred... I don't know, because Manfred also breaks his treaty with you, but weirdly enough, this one, he actually kept it. And, like, our diplomacy is still great, because I'm at war with all of his buddies. There's something to be said about trying to make a Manfred thing work. And then getting a million grenade launcher armies in the Southlands instead of Lustria. Something to be said about that.
You do not belong here.
Arkan is a nice guy who always waited. Yo, this alternate Warhammer lore is great. So much drama. Just give him more settlements. Yo, that would be hilarious. Paint the map speedrun, but I'm painting the map for Kairos. So we give up the entire world, and it ends with him taking my last settlement. Plague gonna murder you? I'm sure it's fine. We're very resistant to the plague. You know, we got faith in Sigmar. I love a K-drama, yeah. At least we know it can be done. At least we know it's possible. All right, here we go. Let's see how far we can get in the rest of this one. I've managed to dodge the plague. Big plus, big plus. We have good old Tenuin over here. We can beat him up though. Tenuin does not have the greatest stacks. I think he spams... It seems like he's pretty prone to spamming skinks, which is honestly perfect for me. We have insane replenishment with our warrior priest. And the big question is Kairos gonna declare war on us? Well, you know, he's just... Alright, well, I guess, you know, maybe we can give him more settlements. Do I double down? Because now we're in contact, right? Now we're in contact with them. Oh, man, you know, I get caught. I'm gonna come crawling back to Kairos. After all he's done to me. This really is a toxic relationship. This is a terrible, terrible relationship. But, like, you know, I don't want him to declare war on me, you know? He's just, oh, man, he's just such a cutie. Alright, let's get this party started again. This really is gonna be a paint the map speedrun Kairos edition.
Volkmar the Grim.
You know, I sort of wonder though, right? I sort of wonder, how far does this go? How far does this go? Can I get to a point where he doesn't betray me? Surely there is a point, right? I feel like maybe there is. I'm real interested. If I can secure a military alliance, will this guy love me? Will he finally love me? Plus 46. Come on, that's massive diplomacy. They're like, this guy. Like, come on. Like, what are the odds Kairos betrays me twice in a row? Really, right? Like, 0, essentially. 99% of gamblers stop before they would have won big. Yeah, no, this is... Surely I can win him back. I actually do sort of wonder, though, right? Is there actually a limit where we can become friends with Kairos? I think this sort of ally with the evil factions thing, though, will never work. Maybe there's a weird Manfred start I can do. But I think my best bet is sort of the other strats I've been going for.
Sigmar has heard my prayers.
So why Volkmar and not some other lord? I wanted to do an Empire run. And Volkmar seems like he's best for the Empire because he has a public order item. He's in a fairly good start position too. And also at this point, it's just, you know, I just gotta get the win with Volkmar. I'm in too deep at this point. Okay, there we go. Positive 64 relations. It doesn't get better than that, people. Lightning doesn't strike the same spot twice. Exactly. Exactly. We seem to go slightly off the rails. Ever so slightly off the rails. A mild amount off the rails. But, you know, it's going pretty great. We got, The problem is that I can't get a Cathay invasion going on, right? Optimally, I'd be starting my invasion of Cathay at an hour, 30 minutes. And if I have to give this many settlements to Kairos, what the? This is a world where Luther is taken over? I've never seen that before. Usually it's,
Blessings of Sigmar.
usually it's Itza that does that, but sure. Someone who doesn't know what a lightning rod is? Yeah, no, lightning totally strikes multiple times, but you know, I could see someone who like just hasn't dealt with that very often, and they're like, yeah, it doesn't seem like lightning strikes the same place twice. It's pretty rare, right? You know. There we go. We've reestablished our military alliance with Kairos now. So now it's impossible. I've never had the AI break a military alliance before. So now all I gotta do is take over a couple settlements, get a triple grenade launcher stack, and then invade Cathay. And then we're smooth sailing.
The Sigmarite faith are willing.
Manfred with the trade agreement. Sick. Thank you, Manny. The unholy alliance has arrived. This is it. I think this is the funny thing is that there's still a non-zero chance this actually ends up being the most optimal strategy. Where the RNG is to secure a military alliance with Kairos. It depends on whether or not he will break a military alliance, now that we're actually very high. Oh, dang, I can get grenade launchers here. Dang, that's perfect. But yeah, like, will this guy backstab a military alliance? Surely not. I'll even build an outpost just to get better relations with them. Don't you dare. You madman. I can't backstab Ark the Black. Ark the Black's with he's supported me since the beginning. He supported me when we broke up, Kairos. Oh my goodness. What a guy. What a guy, Kairos. Sly dog. Oh my goodness. I can't believe they designed his AI to purposefully try to muck up everything. I swear. Oh my goodness, the drama continues. Alright, what are we looking at? Skaven here? He's making me ghost everyone else I know. Oh, he really is. He really is. That's insane. This is the most lore accurate Kairos I've ever seen. Not the most lore accurate Volkmar for sure, but Kairos wise, this is perfect. What are the odds that the avatar of Deceit would backstab you? 0%. If you truly loved him, you'd do it. Hey, Sophie, hello. Thank you very much for the, is that a CHF is something, is it, it's not francs. It's like, is it? CHF is, I'm so sorry.
Arkan supports you because he wants to take you back in Sylvania for some fun times, smile.
Currency, it is, oh, it is Swiss franc. I knew it. Well, I didn't actually know it, but I knew it was something franc. Gets me every time. Yeah, Arkan. He wants me back. He really does want me back. Yeah, Switzerland is CHF. Yeah. Here, have the Star Tower, why don't you? In memory of our grand alliance with Kairos Fate Weaver.
Yes.
Alright, so here's the play, right? Volkmar, boom. Insanely cheap, and I mean insanely cheap army now. 3,500. We go over here. We get the grenade launchers going. I take over the rest of Lustria in about 30 minutes with the help of my boy Kairos. And then... yes, whatever. And then we go over to Cathay with 3 armies and we start conquering the world. Seems pretty good. Seems pretty good. CH for Confederatio Helvetica, I do believe. Oh, I have no idea what that is, Alex, but sure. That's definitely not French. Oh, well, yeah, not French. Kairos broke it off. No, Kairos! Alright, yeah, Kairos is a piece of crap. He's a piece of crap. I'm just gonna... He's just... It doesn't matter how good your thing is. He just always... It's impossible. It's impossible to be friends with Kairos. Alright, well. We finally learned our lesson now. I've turned this guy into a monster. He's a monster. Alright. Let's go ahead and we'll abandon that strategy. We'll abandon that strategy. Alright, well, I still have an hour left today. Let's have some fun and explore some other runs. Dang. What a shame. What a shame. He left me. I'm gonna do a poll. Here we go. What strategy should we do? Ally Manny? Ally Manny, or do we go for loads of Southlands provinces, or go for the classic practice classic best strat, which is yeah, so either we stick with the best strategy that we're going for, we can ally with Manfred, or we can go for a Southland start. There's a couple options here. What are you guys thinking? Seems like people want best strat. Loads of Southland provinces. Interesting. Only 6 votes. If you want to sway the vote, now's the time. 22% ally with Manfred. Oh, dang. It's quite the vote. I'm sure you guys have broken up for good this time. For good this time. I promise. You know, I'm over Kairos now, guys. Alright. I can see now. I can see clearly now that it was a bad relationship. You ever play Total War Attila? Nah, I played a little bit of Troy, but that's it. None of the old school historicals. 10 votes for Southland strat. Okay. Interesting. So a Southland strat is interesting. Basically, the way that plays out is I can go northwest, kill off the ogres, kill off a couple Tomb Kings there. Get a little bit of territory going, and the dangerous thing is Aranessa and Ikiclaw. They can be a big old pain in the butt. And extra management for the rest of the run until I deal with them. But doing something like this is not terrible. Hi, Twitch. Yeah, we got Twitch over here. Twitch is alive, sort of. I looked away from them a little bit, and I don't know how alive they are now, but you know, they're around. I got faith. Here's the play. We're gonna try doing it like this. We're gonna go for the quick Manfred. All right, quick Manfred kill. I did not notice the difference between generals for auto resolve. So quick Manfred into, honestly, quick Manfred is a pretty good name for it. Although it doesn't have what's it? It doesn't have become a monster's name into it. But yeah, I'm gonna do quick Manfred, and then we're going to I could ally with tic-tac-toe or just straight up kill him. No, you do not, Alex. Not until I can get better systems to support people who interact and support the stream, which I'm still waiting on. But my the guy that's helping me out right now, obviously it's the holidays, so I'm not gonna have him working that hard. But the main thing that he's working on right now is figuring out my tax situation. He's gonna be real busy figuring out my taxes, and then after that I can work on sort of better stuff. I can see clearly now, the rain has gone. Alright. Onwards to the Tomb Kings. Nice. Sometimes that auto-resolve kills the halberds and the swordsmen, which is a minor deficit. Very, very minor deficit, but still felt. Oh. Sometimes the escape button doesn't actually escape properly. Really makes the speedrun a little bit jankier. But yeah, so I'm going to try and conquer as much territory as possible. The question is where do I conquer? Where do I want to push in? Kairos is gone. Kill all the skelly boys. I don't want to kill Cetra. Do we? I don't know. Maybe I do. There's something to be said about taking over all of Lustria that is actually pretty sick. Taking over all, or not all of Lustria, but all of the Southlands. It's a weird situation. This is, by the way, the most optimal thing to do. You do the hot swap like that. Volkmar recruits these guys. He has the extra replenishment thing, so he can give way better everything. But yeah, I think a full Southlands conquering into ally with Oxyotl only maybe is a good strat. You've been playing Raponce, totally regret it. 15% replenishment is OP on Fey Enchantress. For what? You regret not getting replenishment, or Twitch saying there's almost 50 people over here? That's true. Hey, nice, saying hi to the YouTube people. It's always nice to see Twitch chat, and oh my gosh, that's an amazing W. That's huge. That's huge. So I can do this. Goodbye, Manfred. Congratulations, you played yourself. Boom. Low loss. Oh my goodness. Best start. Best start of the day. I gotta say. He didn't even take the Springs of Eternal Life. This is gonna be like the fastest Manfred kill possible. It just doesn't get any faster than this. Oh my goodness. That was disgusting. Yeah, no, he's just dead. The only thing he can do to survive is like if he, you know, runs away with his armies or something. Something happened. Yeah, we've done a lot of restarts. I'm still exploring different paths to see what the most optimal strats are for this one. So I don't have everything fully ironed out just yet. Right now we're trying to explore what it's like to conquer all of the Southlands first, because it is a really nice source of income. The biggest problem that I find, that I run into when I go for something like this, is it feels like I have no actual it feels like it's too big. It's really hard for me to get everywhere. That's sort of the biggest issue, but that might just be a problem with my, you know. Does this auto? It doesn't. Okay, I guess we just sit here and chill then. The biggest problem that I run into is that the territory is very big, and we start sort of smack dab in the middle of it all, which is a recipe for getting attacked by multiple factions from every direction. It's funny, you can see other people chatting on YouTube.
Battle positions.
It's like, what's this? To go in a school bus would drive past another school. Yeah, it's just gotta be a bit of a weird experience for Twitch chat. I want to get a setup that makes it easier for me to give Twitch chat some more love, but yeah, fortunately this is the best setup I have going so far. Have you ever considered making a video on the Tomb King's tech tree like I did for... So I was, you know, the tech tree videos are really, like, they're nice. I enjoy them. The problem is that they take a lot of time. I'm gonna ally with Cetra first and use him as a buffer, but then we're gonna backstab him Kairos style. You know, I've learned from my abusive relationship that the only way to get by is to be equally abusive. There you go, Enticity life tips for the day. But yeah, I'm going to try and conquer as much territory here as I can, and we'll just see how it plays out. Because, like, you know, maybe there's a pro strat somewhere. But yeah, I would like to, you know, I would like for those videos to be, like, profitable. But, like, honestly, right now, it's really hard to make videos that are profitable and worth my time. So, like, yeah, right, I'm considering various options. For now, I'm probably gonna stick with streaming for a bit, but we might end up doing some side grading at some point. We'll see. What's the difficulty? Legendary, very hard. When it comes to Enticity streams, I'm always going to be playing on Legendary very hard, unless it is a very exceptional circumstance. But many of the OG viewers will know I really I refuse to play on easier difficulties a lot of the time. Just because I think it's the most interesting playing it like this. Alright, peace out, Alex. Oh yes, yeah, it's probably getting quite late for a lot of the Europeans. Best is very individual. What is the best faction for Warhammer 3's main campaign? Oh, yeah. Yeah, Jebedi. I don't know if I'm saying your name right, but the best sort of faction... Those factions that play into different playstyles, very hard. If you like the slow growth, sort of methodical playstyle, and sort of like more campaign map focused instead of constantly having to play battles, I think Kugath is amazing. But for other people, Kugath sucks a lot. Like for me. Aside from Kugath, you have situations like, let's see here. You have, you have Khorne, who's very focused on battles. You have Chaos, who is a very easy campaign. You have Wood Elves with a lot of mechanics to exploit. Vampire Coast, which is sort of a horde style gameplay, and they do that really well. So, I think if you really want the best advice, you'd want to sort of say what you enjoy the most and go from there. But if you want, if you don't really know what's best for you, there's a lot of good generic options too. Like I know Ikit Claw is just a generally loved campaign. So if you just want a campaign that's great, Ikit Claw is amazing. But you're saying Warhammer 3's main campaign. So, what? That's like Chaos, Kislev, Cathay, and the Ogre Kingdoms. Yeah, if you like horde gameplay, Ogres are great. So the standard city building, Kislev's awesome. Yeah, I don't know. All of them are nice, though. I would say, just it's not bad to just go with the flow and see whatever suits your fancy the most. Interesting. Join war for that little bit of cash grab before we actually head into that fight. Do I ally with tic-tac-toe is the real question, though. Because you can actually sort of get away with not allying with him. If you're straight up, just make a grenade launcher stack and just launch him into his lands. Don't even give these settlements. Maybe I could kill a tic-tac-toe, right? You feel like playing on Legendary very hard kind of makes it where you can't play fun armies. So, Joel, I would say, or not, Jail, Lima. I'll call you Lima. Legendary very hard doesn't make it where you can play fun armies if you don't have the micro for it. I think the difficulty mode, people play on that difficulty mode when they really shouldn't be. Well, no, some people like cheesing, which is a different thing, and I fully respect people who enjoy cheesing, you know. Nothing wrong with liking that. But I think it's often misinterpreted that you have to, you know, they have to cheese it up when you're playing Legendary very hard. If anyone you've seen, for anyone who's seen how I play Warhammer before, you guys will be very familiar with the fact that even if you're fooling around and you make crazy misplays and you play on ×4 speed, right? You know, I can afford to play on ×4 speed Legendary and still do pretty well. So that means your common person, you know, your average person, if you're playing Legendary carefully, you can still play with armies that are very fun for you. Like hell, I played a Tretch campaign with only dogs, and it was amazing. You just have to know proper compositions and countering units, which requires a lot of experience, but like it's called Legendary very hard for a reason. You know, but like you know, just adjust the difficulty to whatever suits you, and you'll be fine. But yeah, that's sort of my stance on it. I think it's really easy to fall into the trap where you feel like you gotta cheese it up, but 100% you can get by while having fun. Doesn't infantry become useless on? So no, they don't. They don't become useless, because infantry, you have to be really efficient with how you use them. So if your infantry can't win on their own, you have to rely on units that are a lot more cost efficient for your micro. But the infantry, you use them as damage multipliers for your other units. It's the same thing, you know, because I have a big multiplayer background for Warhammer. I'm really good at maximizing values if I have to. But you use your infantry as an anvil for your cavalry, as an anvil for chariots, to blob up the enemy for artillery strikes, or you can use them to buy time for your ranged to pay off for themselves many times over. That is the primary usage of infantry. If you can squeeze that value out as much as possible, then you're golden. Obviously, you know, it's very difficult to get that done. I'm not gonna say it's easy by any means, but you know, no infantry is gonna pay for themselves if you just send them into melee unsupported and then they fight, because Legendary is gonna, you know, it's gonna punish you for that. But the AI is really bad at making tactical decisions, so if you can squeeze the value out through those plays, you'll do way better. That's another thing too. Get cavalry. Get really good at microing cavalry. Like, if I had to play a cavalry only Legendary very hard campaign, it would be pretty chill. So, you know, just get good. Just get good. No, but like, yeah. There's a lot of things you can do to maximize value. I would say looking towards the multiplayer scene and pulling from that can be a nice way of, can be a really nice way of sort of learning how to control these units to like their maximum effectiveness. Because the multiplayer guys have played, you know, for years at this point, like figuring out the best strategies for cavalry and chariots, how long you should leave them in combat, and so on. So there's a lot of space to explore there. Alright, back to Twitch chat. Clan Molder Infantry can do anything? I don't think I've tried that. I don't think I've gone a Molder Infantry stack before. Warhammer 3 has no defensive gameplay anymore? It has no defensive gameplay? What do you mean by that? Warhammer 3 has no defensive gameplay anymore. Is this in reference to multiplayer, or is this like... I can name off like a million defensive factions right now. I don't know if I agree with that, my dude. Warhammer 3 has no defensive gameplay anymore. Let's see here. Did I misread? Is that just a hot take? Let's see here. Warhammer 3 has no defensive gameplay anymore. Also, global ward save reduction is so bad for units like zombies. In Warhammer 2, you didn't have to cheese, and in Warhammer 3, you have to because, dude, check out my YouTube, man. Check out my YouTube. I feel like most of your statements don't even... I think I've already disproven them in like months ago, man. I got loads of content that I think shows you can totally do whatever you want. You know, I understand I do understand, you know, not enjoying Warhammer 3 because of the differences that it has to Warhammer 2. But I can't in good faith agree with most of those statements, sadly. Premier Ball. Unfortunately. You know. But there's something to be said about the changes in Warhammer 3 making the game, you know, much different from Warhammer 2 and people not liking that. I can see that. What am I doing? I need to get ready to fight Kairos, man. Kairos is gonna be, if Oxyotl doesn't give him trouble, we are so doomed. We are so incredibly doomed. But, you know, like the last one, Oxyotl did pretty well. You miss your magic? Yeah, the magic changes. That's probably one of the most controversial changes. At first, I was pretty against it. But in the end, I think there's still a lot of very powerful magic in Warhammer 3 that can still delete armies. They just delete armies a little bit slower. But like, if you want powerful magic, play as the vampire counts, overcast Wind of Death, and then you're fine. But it's still true that magic is much weaker than it was before. That is undoubtedly true. But most definitely, some of the stronger spellcasters still pop off. Like, oh my goodness, Manfred is like auto win. I could do a Manfred only Winds of Death run easy. It's so incredibly strong because he has like infinite reserves, right? So he's pretty fine. Landmarks, yeah, landmarks gotta get re-added. A few things got removed for a bit. Unit control's worse. I think they changed like the turn speed of units or something. They changed how guns worked. So where they previously had a really good formula for how units sort of moved, I don't know what it is. Some people in the multiplayer scene say it's a transition to legendary that did it, but I think it's I think they changed how units actually work. Like maybe I'm really wrong here, but that's what it feels like at times. It's just is Volkmar's movement range just like way less than it usually is. It feels really low. Maybe that's just me. Alright, 6. So we'll have grenade launchers very soon. How hype, how hype. Most of these settlements don't matter. We're just using them as sort of blocks for just controlling a little bit of space, but the real territory conquering is going to show up when we invade with grenade launchers. Maybe we'll kill, you know, tic-tac-toe first. Searing Doom feels really good at least. Yeah, all explosive damage was buffed. But all vortex-based damage, including vortexes that move like Burning Head, all of those were nerfed due to how they changed the physics system.
Defender of the faith.
Alright, here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and... Do I trespass Techless now when we're becoming buddy-buddy?
The righteous hammer.
It will let me get to Kairos faster. So can I go here? Can I beach? Yeah, I can. Okay, so I'll go there. I won't have to trespass Techless. Yeah, I won't trespass Techless, and we'll all be buddy-buddy. And then I will get this dwarf tech, just because I don't plan on fighting them anytime soon. I want to kill off stuff like Tic-Tac-Toe first. And we're going to kill Tic-Tac-Toe, kill Techless, shut down Kairos by stealing his settlements and giving them to Oxyotl. Not yet. Yeah, I don't want to fight him yet. And then we're going to push north and kill Krokgar. And then we'll see how that goes. Dang, I can't believe I got to a Kairos at 20 minutes. That's crazy. Oh, dang it. Skaven are here. That is rare. I very, very rarely see those guys show up. Apparently they just, apparently they want to attack me though. Alright, that's fine. Because we's gonna have some grenade launchers soon. I don't have the income for it. There we go. Grenade launchers. So in 3 turns we'll have grenade launchers. It'll be at Casa Bar, major settlement power. So random rogue armies won't be able to take them over. And we'll see how fast the expansionism is. I don't know if I have high confidence, but I feel like fighting Tic-Tac-Toe's not too bad. Fighting off Techless should be pretty easy. High Elves have terrible auto-resolve. And then Cetra still holds the north. I wonder what that looks like. Just me conquering all of here. Because the thing is, tip of Lustria is pretty nice. It's pretty quick to conquer. But, you know, if I wait until later to conquer it, maybe that's still fine. I'm really interested to see how this strategy plays out. First things first, though. Who owns this territory? Kairos. Perfect. So, I just gotta fly on over there and give them a beat down real quick. Hopefully that random Skaven army doesn't cause me too many problems. And then in 2 turns, I'll be spam recruiting me some guys. Classic, declares war. This time we get our vengeance. Is your goal to conquer the whole map? Yes. The entire map in under 5 hours. But we're just strategizing right now. I'm working on that. Yep, and goal is to be the only faction remaining. There we go. Even more than painting the map, which is why I'm trying to get Supremacy to catch on. So do some spells cause collision damage? In Warhammer 2, it was really weird. The short and sweet of it is that spells that did damage would have a form of collision damage that would scale based on the damage of the spell, which is the weird part. So, Burning Head, right, could one-shot Flagellants. Could one-shot a unit of Flagellants if it nailed them. But it's not exactly like the Burning Head collided with them. The more specific way to explain it, and I have a whole video on it, is that when it triggers an animation change in the unit, when it like makes them fly around or it makes cavalry stagger, it has extra ticks of damage from nowhere. And I never figured out exactly what caused it, but it seemed correlated to that and roughly related to the mass of a unit. So if you cast Burning Head on a Carnosaur, let's say, massive Carnosaur, right? It would do the same amount of damage as it does in Warhammer 3. So it would just do the ticks as expected, and then that's it. You know, so it'd deal like, you know, maybe like 15 damage to the Carnosaur. So it definitely had something weird to do with the unit's mass. It was correlated in some way. But yeah, like if it could actually knock them down properly or get those extra ticks, it would do 1,000,000 damage. And this would be specifically for vortex spells. Vortex spells that knock guys over. This is why banishment used to be way better. This is why all the stationary vortexes like Pit of Shades would be pretty crazy. Yeah, it was crazy. Insanity. You got off 30 minutes ago and came back to check the progress. And now the timer is at 25 minutes. Yeah. Look, sometimes it takes some time, alright? Give it a bit of time. I'm still, you know, unfortunately I haven't been able to fully optimize this run yet. I do hope that one day I will be able to, but yeah, right now I'm still in the discovery phase. This is in case Oxyotl doesn't kill that settlement. He has to be able to, or I have to be able to take the settlement for him if that happens. Actually, I'm just gonna recruit the grenade launcher stack. I'm gonna have to fight tic-tac-toe in a second. To see fined for use of a slower timer. Pro strat. Where's the timer? Like right there. Oh, right there. Yeah, right there. That direction. So hopefully Oxyotl can kill Kairos there. It seems like he didn't. Is he still sieging him then? I'll have to see. I'm gonna non-aggression those guys. And then we're gonna kill Tic-Tac-Toe for his transgressions of not being more powerful. Okay, so he is still sieging. Okay, that's a good sign. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yes. Oh man, I did not expect that auto-resolve to work. Kairos has the best auto-resolve in the game. It is incredibly rare. It's incredibly rare to get a good auto-resolve against him without grenade launchers. Jeez. Alright. Can I diplomacy Oxyotl now and give him... I can't. I can't get that settlement, but... with Oxyotl that crippled, or I mean with Kairos that crippled, maybe we're still fine. It's in the red. Yeah, it's in the red. It's in the red. I got my first Kairos settlement, so that does mean that, you know, we have to push by there. This is, the Kairos situation is very RNG heavy when I get my Kairos settlement, but it doesn't impact the run that much. I'm not put that far behind for taking over Kairos's land a bit slower. The most important thing is if I can get Oxyotl to join me. Yeah, we got splits. We got proper splits now. This strategy will mean I will land in Lustria a lot later. So if I end up liking this strategy, I'll probably reset my splits. Someone help me understand this run, please. What part do you need to understand? The bare bones is I want to be the last faction remaining in under 5 hours. The more complicated way to look at it is... we have a bunch of strategies that we're exploring right now. Oh, dang, nice. Sick. Come on, Oxyotl. Dang it. Not today, not today. I will give him that non-aggression pack, though, but... this is a bit of an awkward situation. Because if I don't successfully get Oxyotl to join me, it's a little bit tricky. It's just a tiny little bit tricky. If he even worse, if he declares war on me, we're screwed. So, we'll see how it pans out. We'll see how it pans out. Worst case scenario, I guess I just kill him. This run just becomes I ally Cetra and then I kill everyone. Which is not the worst case scenario. But yeah. Well, we'll see how it pans out. Cetra is basically holding the north long enough for me to conquer everything down to the south. You can see I already have a few settlements, which speeds up the conquering. It also provides me with a little bit of income to fund these grenade launcher stacks, which is a big plus. And I'm hoping that if I can get Oxyotl angry enough at me, he'll declare war on me and then I get to take his settlements. Fingers crossed, I guess, that we'll be able to achieve that. Come on. Can I... okay, he doesn't have guys there. So if I can just take one more Kairos settlement, that should be a guaranteed Oxyotl befriending. And he shows up. Piece of crap. Alright, here we go. This might just, you know, in a normal situation, this might just be a reset. Because I think it's very important that I get good RNG for getting Oxyotl on my side. Oxyotl joining me is a massive time save. Because then I don't have to capture the Southern Chaos Wastes. So that's sort of important for me. Tic-tac-toe. He's starting to hate me. If I break the treaty, how long does that... How long do I have to? 10 turns. That is forever. Jeez. That is bloody ages. Well, maybe he'll declare war on me first. That's always a possibility. Over here, Kairos has shown up. So here's the play. We run. Oh, that's a bit of an awkward run direction, isn't it? Here. What if I... Jeez. Is this a... There's no way I can auto that. I guess I could... There's no way how do I avoid getting murdered by Kairos? Jeez. Okay, you know what? I think I have a warrior priest in here too. Oh man, how do I... I guess I go this way. I go this way, and then I... Does he love me now? I could gift him. I could gift Oxyotl money. Because sometimes what you run into is you just have to get them to positive relations, right? And then suddenly they're game for anything. Yeah, you could see like this is already 11. So if I can just get Oxyotl's relations a bit higher, I think we can finagle him to get a defensive alliance with me.
Huntsman General.
No sound? No, there's sound. People have been... this is the second time someone has said no sound. But yeah, no, we got sound. I can see it. And other people are confirming. At what point do you see this all snowballing and take over the map? Lustria is supposed to be the main base, right? Yeah. Lustria is supposed to be the main base. So the goal is to have Cathay fully captured at around 2 hours into the run. Which I know might seem insane, but trust me. Trust me. It's, yeah, you know, it's great. I can definitely get Cathay captured at the 2 hour 30-minute mark. That's pretty chill. That doesn't take a lot of effort. So, I'm basically just, you know, just optimizing until I can get there. Okay, maybe one more payment. Oh, that's not gonna work. You know what? I'll just give him the settlement. There's a chance that relations just build higher enough. Because giving settlements is insane for relations. It's plus 50 at times. So it's pretty massive. Okay, I'm just gonna trespass and hope he declares war on me. And then that way I'm not the backstabber. But yeah, so the actual goal is fully conquered Cathay at 2 hours. Because from there, I'm pretty confident I can paint the rest of the map in 3 hours. Obviously, getting all of Cathay done in 2 hours is difficult. But if I can conquer all of the Southlands very quickly, it's a pretty good position if you think about it.
Huntsman General, gather the plunder.
Just trying to provoke tic-tac-toe into fighting me here. I'm gonna try and sneak by Kairos. Yeah, there he is. I'm gonna try and sneak by Kairos. If he kills Volkmar here, you know, whatever. But if I can just get by, it means that I can probably snipe a settlement from him and give that to Oxyotl. Okay, well, he kills me. At least our auto-resolve kills a couple of his guys, and it makes Oxyotl's push a little bit stronger. So, in this run, because I'm actually taking the whole of the Southlands, you have to consider a few different, sort of, a slower expansion to Lustria. But if I can get to, if I do a Southlands capture run, and I get to Cathay at the 2 hour 15-minute mark, I think it's still worth it. I think we're still looking pretty good if I can manage that. Anyways, the Kairos expedition ended up not being great. and we're having to resort to
Outdoors.
to just conquering normally now. Now we do have very good relations with Oxyotl, and if he can keep Kairos, if he can murder Kairos, that would be the best case scenario. But yeah, that's sort of what I'm aiming for. Lustria is surprisingly easy to capture though. I don't know what about Lustria actually makes it great, but I always find that with 3 armies, you have enough to stop any... Man, my hair. You have enough armies to stop any... You know, you have your back to the ocean. So typically you don't see a lot of guys showing up and ruining your day. In fact, honestly, that just might be every continent, isn't it? Is this still 6 turns? Okay, that was a misplay. What I should have done, I should have just raided Oxyotl until he broke the non-aggression pact. Because the AI is... If they break the non-aggression pact, I think I'm allowed to attack earlier than if he breaks it. But I'll just skip some turns. Honestly, it only takes a few minutes to do that. And also, Cetra's doing pretty good this one. No, he's sort of dying to Scarbrand. Yeah, there's another strategy where I ally with Oxyotl and then I backstab the dwarves, or I just kill the dwarves. But I think that ruins my my diplomatic process with... I mean, tic-tac-toe. Jeez. There's a strategy where I kill tic-tac-toe after setting up like a military alliance with them.
Huntsman General.
But it's problematic because I don't want to have to... I don't want to make it where my reliability is super low, lest Oxyotl refuses a treaty with me. Alternatively, I set up a treaty with Oxyotl and he just fights tic-tac-toe with me. That would be the best case scenario. You know, actually, there's something to be said about this early lead from Oxyotl too. If he's in a stalemate with Kairos, it's still not that bad of a situation if you think about it. Because he'll be trading into Kairos, and then eventually I'll get there again after I'm done killing these guys. And then I can tip the fight in his favor. So, honestly, even that's not too bad. You know, I sort of like this. I sort of like this strat. I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably gonna grind this out over the holidays. Best strat? Question mark. Finally. Best strat is to take over all the Southlands, ally Cetra, and then let's see. Sorry, ally Cetra, take over all of the Southlands, and yeah, well, that's basically it. That's basically it. It's a pretty good strategy as long as I don't get backstabbed by a random faction, but most of these guys aren't super aggressive. And most of the auto resolves go pretty well. The thing is, I could be, you know, in a perfect run, I could also be in Lustria with these armies, but like, what's the difference between the Southlands and Lustria, really? Like, this is already going pretty great, right? It's like I'm kickstarting my jump into the mid game way earlier than I would usually. So, you know, I can sort of get behind this. And then I attack Techless, murder him. Come on, Oxyotl, you got this. Yeah, Oxyotl's having a rough time. Interesting. So if I just, yeah, maybe that is a strat. I just straight up kill tic-tac-toe. Krokgar, he's loving it. He loves it when I kill tic-tac-toe too. Because I think tic-tac-toe and Krokgar, they sometimes fight each other, or at least they're not that diplomatically aligned. So, I sort of like this strat. YouTube chat, always right. Interesting. How do you guys feel about this? Because we're at 40 minutes, and we know I can land in Lustria at 45 with 2 armies. Do you feel like this strategy is... Do you feel like this is going places? Because I feel like this is going places. Look at that, Volkmar's back. I'm trying to think of what the downside is too, right? Because it means that in the future I also won't have to conquer this territory. I think the only downside is if there is something that would cause a hiccup. An unknown, a yet unknown thing. Where some faction to the north declares war on me and it's more management than it's worth. Someone saying, hey Ent, who is the 2 or 3 strongest vampire count factions at the moment? I think Gorst is on top, yeah. I think Gorst is on top. I don't know the next runner-up though, unfortunately.
Close in and kill.
You like the strategy where I swept the dwarves and then headed south to kill Krokgar? That one was pretty nice, yeah. But then that strategy leaves me in an awkward position where I have an ally tic-tac-toe. Like, how do I ditch tic-tac-toe as an ally? I think that's my biggest issue right now, right? Because to sweep the dwarves, if I don't set up some form of alliance with them, the guy's gonna backstab me. This is the one. I think this is pretty good. Sweeping the dwarves is really smooth, but then it also exposes me to Scarbrand. So it's like I can't afford to have to fight tic-tac-toe. And to see, it's so weird to hear that Gorst is on top. It is. But yeah, apparently zombie builds with Gorst is like the new meta for vampire counts. 1 army to sweep the dwarves and 1 to sweep tic-tac-toe. Let's see, if I go to war with the dwarves, who hates my guts? Honestly, no one here really likes the dwarves. So there is that. I don't know if 1 army can sweep tic-tac-toe without him taking some of my settlements though. Like, I'd worry about some slowdowns, but maybe. I'm not gonna say it's impossible. But I think I do need 2 armies for tic-tac-toe. He's a menace. I do sort of like pushing down here, because the thing is, if I kill tic-tac-toe and then kill Techless, I'm suddenly directly beside Kairos. And I can pretty easily just use my grenade launcher stacks to attack him. Previously, I would ally with tic-tac-toe, Kairos would kill Oxy, and then Kairos would launch an invasion of like 10 ships to kill me. And that was always a run ender if they push too far. In this instance, it feels not too bad.
Huntsman General.
There's also something to be said about the dwarf killing run where it kills Kalita. If there was a way to avoid a war with tic-tac-toe while sweeping the dwarves, I would go for it. I think that would be a really good strat. But I don't currently have an idea where, you know, I don't know how to make that work, sadly. I will say though, killing tic-tac-toe went a lot more smoothly than I thought it would. And I have a bunch of allies here that won't fight me, so I sort of like this. Were you talking about pancakes? Is that related in the slightest? Are you saying because I said sweet or something? You thought Kairos was the one? I thought Kairos was the one too until he backstabbed me 3 times in a row. At that point, you know, at that point, it was pretty clear. Yeah. There's something to be said about soft allying with tic-tac-toe and letting him... There's something about soft allying with tic-tac-toe and then letting him break the alliances. Because, like, I don't know, what's the best way to make tic-tac-toe angry with me without crushing my reliability with Oxyotl? I'll have to think about it. I'm sure there's, you know, I'm sure there's a solution somewhere, but I don't know for sure. And Oxyotl, man, he's playing hard to get. Hey, Twitch chat. Some more messages from the Twitch side. What would your faction/start locations... What would be your factions/start locations for a co-op speedrun? I've done a bunch of co-op speedruns with Sotek. If you want to check out the charity stream I did a while back, you can look me up on YouTube. And you can find some fun start locations. Among them, one of them was good old... Dang it. I hate those random rogue armies. But yeah, among them we had a few good ones. I think Cathay, Miao Ying, and Lokir was pretty fun. Scarbrand and Krokgar was pretty cool. What's better, Total War, Warhammer 2, or 3? 3 is, I would say, Warhammer... Total War 3 is definitely the better game. I think you would be silly to ignore all of the improvements they've made to Warhammer 3. But I don't think it is significantly better than Warhammer 2. So as a rough estimate, I would say if you had to choose between Warhammer 3 full price or Warhammer 2 on sale, I'd probably get Warhammer 2 if you're looking to dip your toes into the series. But if you just, if you have infinite money and you want to know what the better game is, or if you have one free game purchase, I would say Warhammer 3 is the better game. There's a lot more quality of life improvements, and of course, what's it? Well, yeah, basically that. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of this. I'm gonna get rid of that. I think I like this strategy more. So we're gonna go for the delayed land in Lustria. This strategy feels like, I was worried that we would run into too many hiccups, but it feels like taking over the Southlands is actually going a lot smoother than I thought it would. Almost embarrassingly so. Yeah, I think maybe I was just overrating my alliance with Tic-Tac-Toe. Does Tic-Tac-Toe just suck? Have I been mistaken my entire life? Tic-Tac-Toe is just, I guess it is just Setcher for life. I should have known when he broke his alliance with me. Back in the day when I declared war against the High Elves. Warhammer 4 is better. Warhammer 4 best. Add a 0 there, and I think we're on the same page. Let's see here. What's a good faction to start playing the game through as? And also, are you able to play through the other story/campaigns? So AO, you'll probably want to do some research on your own, but the gist of it is that Warhammer 3 doesn't give you access to Immortal Empires, which is what I'm playing right now. You have to own all 3 games to do that. But if you're new to the series and you own Warhammer 3, I think Cathay is a really nice starter faction to begin with. I would say Cathay is great. And I would also say, oh nice, just some exposed wood elves. There goes my reliability, but at least it's only low. And we're gonna kill everyone anyways, right? So I guess it's fine. Anyways, what was it talking about? Yeah, I would say Cathay's a pretty good start. People are saying Kislev's a very difficult faction right now. So I'd probably avoid that unless you want to try out easier difficulties. Or unless you like harder difficulties. Always acceptable too. And I think the Chaos factions are also pretty straightforward. I don't know. All of them are pretty nice, but I think the general... I think like a nice vanilla faction is definitely... You go for Cathay, I believe. You think dwarves are best for new players? I'm assuming you only own Warhammer 3, because he was asking about the various stories/campaigns. And those you unlock by buying DLCs. Yeah. Generally, people don't recommend that though, because it's quite expensive. So unless you're balling, then I would say you're probably better off just sticking with playing out the base game factions. Chaos is the way to go. Oh yeah, if you own the Chaos DLC, oh my goodness, that one's a good one. Chaos DLC is a great sort of stepping stone. Start with Nurgle. Their battles are epic. Kappa. Oh boy, Nurgle. Yeah. There you go. I think we have a mild consensus in the chat. Alright, so I got 20 more minutes left to do this. And honestly, I'm really liking the conquering of Lustria. Because here's the thing. I could probably have all of Lustria by 1 hour 30 minutes. Oh no, not Lustria. Southlands. I'm pretty confident that I can take over Lustria. Dang it. Oh, whatever. I'll go back on the ocean. Tic-Tac-Toe can have that W. I'll just send I'll send another army down south to him. Funnily enough, nobody likes Tic-Tac-Toe. Me killing Tic-Tac-Toe is like making everyone love me right now. Look at that. My popularity is immense. That along with... Okay, I guess Krokar doesn't like it that much, but he's still pretty chill. And then I can get one army to kill Krokar. So, I think it's actually a lot easier to take over Southlands than I thought. So I kill off Manfred, because no one likes Manfred. Then I kill off Tic-Tac-Toe, because no one likes Tic-Tac-Toe. I follow up by killing off Teclis, whose only ally is Krokar, but Teclis will be dead. And then I move up to Krokar, who also has no allies because Teclis will be dead. And then I kill the dwarves. Maybe I leave Khalida alive. Maybe we leave the Tomb Kings alive. But basically that. I don't think there's too many... I think we can just sort of cascade from there. And then I have more or less all of this territory to myself. Not the worst case scenario. And then the invasion of Lustria will go insanely fast. From this position, invading Lustria will be such a cakewalk. What the Sundry Glades? Yeah, so that really shouldn't be much of a problem. Yeah, no, legit. Pretty chill. And the only thing I have, the only RNG that I'm working on is Oxyotl RNG for Kairos and Cetra RNG against the Scarbrand. Yeah. You really like Nurgle, however, don't start with him. Yeah. I think Nurgle is a starter faction for Warhammer 3. He's so mechanics heavy and not straightforward at all. Definitely not a recommended faction. There's something to be said about not killing the dwarves here too, if I can ally with them. Interesting. That's really interesting. I don't think I've explored a Cetra Dwarven alliance. So ally Cetra, ally the dwarves, and then I kill everyone else. That's pretty sick. This is about Three Kingdoms. Every faction was so similar. Yeah, I had the same thing. When I was playing Three Kingdoms, I just could not get into the battles. It was impossible. I really could not get into the Three Kingdoms combat. Unfortunately for me, it was just, yeah, it's just too... It felt too bland compared to Warhammer. You know, it felt like if I played Warhammer as the Empire, except they didn't even have a lot of, like, they didn't even have their artillery. Sure, there was a little bit of cavalry control, which was exciting, you know, the cavalry in Three Kingdoms is insane, but that's basically it. I was not super entranced by it at all. Okay, but honestly, great start. Great start. Wow, that is a terrible auto-resolve. Jeez Louise. Jeez Louise. Wow. Well, like, you know, Tic-Tac-Toe's dead, but man, that was a bad auto. I should have ambushed him. You're not interested in non-fantasy Total War games? Honestly, for me too, I'm not that interested in them. I've never been won over by a non-fantasy Total War. Maybe that's because I haven't played Medieval yet, though. Alright, what are we looking at here? So we got this guy. We're going to declare war on Teclis. We're going to take over his territory because, as it turns out, I believe right now he's pretty preoccupied with the Skaven down over here. And I should just be able to massacre him. Province is secured like crazy. And the weird part about this one is that... just leave him be. The weird part about this one... I think I just... Oh man, do I start auto-leveling? I don't think I do. I think it's better to manually upgrade in the short term. Because then I can fully focus on economy while it's still important. Because like right now it's really important that I am making as many armies as possible. So we'll do it like that. Honestly though, this start is pretty good. All things considered. Will I own all of Cathay in the next hour? No. Definitely not. I think I'll own all of Lustria, and I'll be starting my Cathay invasion. I think I'll be part way into my Cathay invasion if I optimize this. In about 2 hours, but I'll have so many armies, is the thing. If I can actually conquer this area and have my border secured, that would be insane for invading Cathay. Because like 10 armies in Cathay, they can take that, like, you know, they can take that out almost immediately. It's insane. So, I don't know. We'll see. You think refining this strategy has a lot of merit? I think it does. I think it has so much merit. This is probably the next thing I'm going to grind. Like, just like, look at how easy it is to take out the high elves, right? Techless, managing the RNG of Techless and Oxyotl to ensure that they become friends is so much of a pain that even as a way to cut RNG, this is pretty good. So imagine if I was at this point at 45 minutes. I have enough armies where if I chose to, I could do a grand invasion of Lustria really, really fast. That process might take, let's say it takes 20 minutes, right? So I'm here at 45. Let's say we finish, let's say I want to take over this area, right? It depends on Krokgar, but he hates my guts, so probably, you know, I'll probably have to kill him too. Alternatively, there's something to be said about, hey, you know what? Who needs Lustria, right? Something to be said about that, if you think about it. Do I even need to go to Lustria? I don't know. I'd say probably not. I'd say probably not. You're excited to see one of these that isn't Empire, admittedly. Oh man, yeah, I would love to get this one done. But yeah, I'm too committed to this one though. You know, maybe I could explore other ones in between, but this is definitely my jam right now. Imagine if you had one army sweeping down Krokgar and the dwarves. Oh, that's true. And then they ally with Khalida. The thing is though, that so easily aggro Scarbrand. I don't know if that's like a guaranteed W. Still though, it's good. It's good. Things are going well. Remember, killing Tic-Tac-Toe is a lot slower though. I wouldn't have killed Tic-Tac-Toe nearly as fast. I don't think splitting the armies is a good idea. Tic-Tac-Toe is yeah, no, definitely I stand by double teaming Tic-Tac-Toe. I've done enough territory sweeps to know that if I had not done that, he would have 100% held out way longer than I would have hoped for. And it would have caused me infinite issues. Yeah. Because it's not like I have an army sweeping, you know, the dwarves and Krokgar for free. We should make him do Tic-Tac. When's the next army speed one? Like the next one like this? I don't know. It depends on when I finish this. When I finish this bad boy. It depends. It depends. If only you could have 3 armies. What not when? What not when, Ent? Should make them... What are you guys talking about? What's going on? When? What? Wait, what? What not when? What not when, Ent? What does that even mean? I feel like I'm going crazy. Oh my goodness. What's the next army? Oh, wait, like, when am I gonna recruit the next army? Like, we already are, if that's what you're asking. Oh my goodness. How do you fight the high elves as dark elves? Cavalry. High elves make way too much. They make way too much ranged. So if you have any decent cavalry control, you'll be fine. If you try to shoot them to death, it probably won't work. And if you don't have the micro, go for monsters. Is the Enticity. I think that's basically it. I think it's the full speedrunning, taking too much brain CPU. It is. It really does. I have a noticeable drop in concentration when I'm doing runs like this. There we go. There's Kairos. Oh, nice. Okay, so it seems like my obligations later in the day might be delayed a bit. So maybe I have a bit more time to stream it up while we wait. Start by Nurgle. Oh, wait, no. That was a previous comment. Okay, nice. I do like allying the dwarves, by the way. I think he's asking what faction. I think it would be Valkia. I'm looking for the fastest faction that can get it done. And I think Valkia has a lot of power. Though Be'lakor is a hot runner-up. Be'lakor is man, I hate it when it lags and it doesn't click right. Anyways, Be'lakor is terrifying. Because he has the power of teleporting anywhere on the map. And for a faction that relies so much on Chaos Forts, I'm pretty sure Be'lakor would dominate. Not only that, but he has green territory everywhere. Honestly, Be'lakor would be like... I'm pretty sure people have already done a Be'lakor speedrun. He's so straightforward, right? Like, how do you even screw that up? It's just, you know, it's less about figuring out how to do it, and more about just minor min-maxes. Because I think the Volkmar run, for me, is interesting because of all the stuff I have to figure out. But just because I want to see what the run looks like, probably Be'lakor. Probably Be'lakor, most likely. I gotta say though, this strategy 100% has a million merit. For everyone who voted for this, you guys were right. You should flip a coin for it? Maybe. Yeah, those portals, man. Them portals. It's a good thing the AI doesn't really use them. So that's pretty good. Whoops. Oh. Be'lakor can start in the Empire or Southern Wastes. So I think the obvious solution here for Be'lakor is you basically do what I'm doing here with Volkmar, right? I think that's the obvious answer. So you start in the... You teleport to the Southern Wastes. You pick up a million, you know, a million some odd... what's it? Hostile. You pick up a million some odd... like Dark Fortress sites to buffer for your, you know, to buffer for your grand expansionism, right? You want to fund all your armies, so you take all of those as your setup, and then you just immediately blitz into Lustria with like three or so armies with insane auto resolve, and they just wreck shop. I don't really see what can be done against that. Because, like, Be'lakor would definitely have far too powerful auto-resolve. Hey, nice. Does leadership affect auto-resolve? Yes/no. I have no idea. Oxyotl's breaking packs with me now? It's probably my reliability. It's pitted towards her strength? Oh, that's what you mean. So it makes the leadership, it's just like a minor bonus for auto. Okay. I think the highest contributing factor to auto resolve is armor, though. I think that's a consensus. A lot of people say armor has a huge factor. I'm pretty sure if I made a whole army of flagellants, they would be hot garbage. It'd be terrible.
Huntsman General.
Krokgar's popping off. Interesting. I'll push this way. Because I have another army coming in soon anyways, right? And Volkmar can go in and sweep. Armor would make sense. That's why Wars of Chaos do so well. I'm pretty sure, yeah. There's probably a few other factors that really help them out too, though. But this is great. I'm probably gonna start auto-managing these settlements. Because I think at this point, I've built up enough economy, right? I have my sort of extra armies roaming around now. I just start setting auto-settlement building, which is great for just everything in general. And then we just pop off. We just pop off because now I don't have to waste time with the settlements. And honestly, hitting an end turn and getting a few buildings built automatically, despite being a little bit inefficient, will still be much better than if I spent like 15 seconds every minute working on my settlements. Yeah, so instead I spend like, 1 second every turn And then we can squeeze in more turns, because army movement is probably the biggest factor for success right now. So the question is, how much of Cathay will I own if I played this for another hour? Because I don't think taking over Lustria will be that long, but I still have a lot to manage over here. It's an interesting thought. The dwarves died to Scarbrand? That's a weird... This is a weird, you know, weird reality we find ourselves in. Typically, Scarbrand doesn't attack the dwarves, and usually the Skaven are long dead by the time we're there. So this is, it's an interesting one. Regardless, even unoptimized, I think this is perfect. Do you remember the first army you ever played in Total War Warhammer? It's weird that you call it army instead of faction, but I started out playing the dwarves. The Proud Dowie. Love playing as the dwarves. Because they were the first faction I played on tabletop. So I really wanted, you know, most people probably bought Warhammer Total War to sate that tabletop need. And it was amazing. Played 4 campaigns in Warhammer 2. Does 3 add anything aside from demon factions? So Warhammer 3 adds a bunch of quality of life changes. A few larger gameplay changes, like nerfing to magic overall, so that you have to rely on your armies more. And a whole suite of quality of life changes, like way better diplomacy. You also, if you can play Immortal Empires, you have access... I got Hulled Faction. You also have access to the much larger map if you own all 3 games. And, you know, that just feels great in general. Man, Kairos just screwing everything over. But yeah, I would say, you know, there's a lot of stuff like that. Where it's definitely nice to have. It's great. But it's up to you to weigh whether or not that's worth it for you or not. But if we're just asking if it's a better experience, Warhammer 3 is definitely the better experience. It's just that, you know, if, let's say, like, right now, if you're enjoying Warhammer 2 and you're on a tight budget, you're probably good to just keep enjoying Warhammer 2 or wait until a Warhammer 3 sale, which I think there is a Warhammer 3 sale going on right now, right? But yeah, if I was talking to myself back when I was in university, I would tell myself to wait before I got Warhammer 3 until it was like, you know, maybe $40 or $20. The Lost Palace, there we go. Plop that on. Raise that diplomacy again with Oxyotl. We'll take one more settlement to really make sure that Kairos is dead. And then we'll be smooth sailing. It's a Glade Guard only stack. Because they have a minor settlement, and that's the only thing they can recruit.
Battle positions.
This is very nice, though. It's sort of weird. The Southlands don't capture the same way Lustria captures. I find capturing Lustria goes way more smoothly, but it's not bad by any means. And it's also fairly border secure. You have a bit of a weird situation where Nurgle sometimes heads down and takes a couple territories, but even then your allies will sometimes save you from that. IL saying, I don't think Warhammer 3 is worth it if you don't have Warhammer 1. Yes, yeah, Immortal Empires is a big selling point for Warhammer 3. Though I will say, if you think you might want to get more into the series into the future, buying Warhammer 1 when it's on like mega sale is a nice bet. And there's a bunch of avenues to buy the game for cheaper too. Alright. Here we go. Let's keep on conquering. These Wood Elves are going to evade me till the ends of the earth, so I'm going to ambush them. Hit them with that ambush. I'm pretty sure ambushing is the most consistent way to shut down these random armies that just love roaming around. roaming around your territory, just playing super evasive.
Close in
Get
and
wrecked,
kill.
Kairos. This is what I mean. If you're worried about, you know, Kairos, he ambushes you a ton, but that encamp stance grenade launcher auto resolve, oh my goodness, beautiful. Man, a lot of first time chatters in the Twitch. That auto, yeah, no, the auto's insane. Yeah. Encamp stance has a very massive bonus to auto resolve. It's huge. It's huge, guys. Would highly recommend chilling in encamp stance more often if that is your goal.
Cleanse the filth.
Speedrunning is fun to watch. What can I say? Well, thank you, man. I will be speedrunning this for a while. I don't think I'm that close to getting the 5-hour run yet. So, you know, if that is interesting to you, that is... Why can this guy not move? There we go. Oh, they're being sieged by Khalida. Interesting. Is she at war with the Dowie? No, they're good friends. Khalida, nice to meet ya. Well, that's pretty nice. Now we have a buddy. It's gonna keep us fairly safe. There's something to be said about this guy. So, I think she wins that. I can send the, because I have an extra army there. So I only have so many armies, right? I have 3 armies. There's something to be said about being careful with these guys and not throwing their lives away. Or like not sending them off on random journeys. Because it would slow down my Lustrian expansion if I did that. Now on the plus side, it seems like we will be invading Lustria. Oh, looks like I gotta go. Looks like we gotta go. Time's up, people. Let's go ahead and end this here stream. Yeah, I'm gonna be playing some Valorant with family today. Gonna be hype. But yeah, I like this start though. I like this start. I think I can totally get to Lustria at an hour 15 minutes if I do this optimally. And then we take it over in 15 minutes or so. And we take Cathay by 2 hours. I think that's perfect. But anyways, sorry for the abrupt ending. Peace out, guys. It was very fun. Have a wonderful holidays. Have wonderful holidays. And I will see you guys way later. Whoops, wrong thing. Way later. Like, give me like, you know, half a week or something.